All right, 3, 2, 1, and we are live. Brennan, is your fucking microphone on? Let's go.
All right, my microphone is on, and we are coming at you from the belly of the beast, downtown Vietnam. Welcome back to How Copy.
Fayetteville.
What is this, episode 3?
This is like episode 4.
4.5.
We did episode 3 with Peter Pappas, and someone didn't turn the microphone on. So I got 2 hours of podcast with Peter.
No, someone turned the microphone on. Someone just turned it off last time we podcasted, and someone was in here doing studio checks and didn't fucking do their checks. But
yeah,
that's all right.
But when you came in, the guy that was setting everything up, you took over and became the grip.
Hey,
so
all right, I'll take that.
Nah, it's both
Fair
of
enough.
our fault. But Peter's going to come in. I'm going to try to get in Saturday afternoon because he's a busy man.
Yeah,
and I want to get him on. So
let's update our listeners. So we've been out of the net for a little while. Just what happened to you?
What happened to me?
You caught the fucking
I caught something.
Thought we were gonna lose Buddy here for a second.
Oh my god! There was a point where I was like, man, I don't want to die. I'm one of those people that I think I'm going to live to be 200, and if I'm on life support, don't fucking unplug that bitch because with my luck, they're going to find the cure 20 minutes later. But I was laying in such misery, stomach ache, headache, that I was like, if this was, the doctor told me that this was going to be my life until I died and I only had like 2 weeks to live, I would be like, come on, death. And I felt like shit.
Usually, I'm the one that needs the ass kicking to get up in here and podcast. But I couldn't believe I called, hey buddy, man, what's up, dude? Oh no, I can't. I was like, oh shit.
I couldn't.
Oddly enough, I lost my voice though. It's just been a weird week.
Yeah,
so.
Jody's sick, but she's tougher than me, man. She's at work right now. Like she got up and went to work.
Too, my son, so he didn't have a fever or anything, but it's just that time of year. It's full summer, spring.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? I don't know what I had because I never got a fever.
Right.
There was one point for about 2 hours where I was like shaking cold, but I was sweating. But Jody I feel my head, and she was like, "You're not hot."
I'm telling you, man. It's all that all that raw meat you ate.
I mean that would have been a lot. Well, here's the thing. Yeah. I have slacked off completely, damn near completely off my fucking diet. I don't do my breathing exercises as much as I should. The only thing that I do every day is I do drink a kombucha or sometimes 2 every day. I eat a healthy diet, but my raw meat diet, all my breathing exercises, my iron, all my supplements, probably for the last month, I haven't done.
Oh, well, there you go.
Pretty much ever since I had when I took that mushroom trip, which I was talking with somebody today about. You would think after that I would be more on it, but I just, it put me in kind of a funk.
Well, I think you need to follow up, dude.
I am. I had to get over. All. I mean,
it killed your ego.
It killed my fucking. I was talking to my mother about this today actually, and I said, our DNA. And my mom's a hardcore Christian, so it's hard to get a conversation outside of that. Everything always goes back, and that's just, I'm not knocking it, but so when I start talking about all these alternatives and how like the mushrooms that you can deny it all you want, but it puts you in touch with your DNA, and your DNA has a memory. Absolutely. And how can anybody debate that when we've got a dog out there that's been bred for one thing and that's all she wants to, you know what I mean? You're not going to turn that dog out there into like a little lap dog, like a poodle. They got a genetic memory.
How do you? This is my theory on that. Like I believe in that. I believe that our DNA is like computers.
Mm-hmm.
We have organic computers, and that's our genes.
Right. And those computers and those genes are scarred.
Yeah.
And they have a memory to whether it be extreme heat or some people are scared of the fucking water because they don't want to drown. Something in their DNA connects them to good things and bad things. And I think the first time that you get on psilocybin, because that's the only thing I've ever taken, it almost opens all those doors to kind of opens up all those wounds so you can face them and go ahead and be ashamed of yourself.
Oh yeah.
Be embarrassed about yourself and do all that and then recover from that. And now that I'm recovered from it, I have a little bit of a different outlook on life. And now I think I'm ready to do it again and see where it brings me until I can be Magic Mike on, or what's his name? Channing Tatum, is that his name? Yeah. On 22 Jump Street, where he's like dancing around. Because I was Jonah Hill, I was like in the corner listening to fucking Creed, and so eventually
you were listening to. Wait, you were
no, you never saw the movie?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, in 21.
They're like split screen, and he's like riding a unicorn, and Jonah Hill's over there, and it's raining, and he's got his hood on, he's listening to Creed or whatever that arms wide open.
Yeah, that's Creed. Well,
so
I think. Like, for instance, have you ever how do you explain, in my opinion, deja vu, right? Really strong deja vu. For instance, when I was a kid, I never knew anything about my family history in Virginia, and I have very strong ties to the Civil War, right? And I'll never forget this. Like, it happened to my dad and I. We're driving along, I think, Route 7, which goes to Antietam. It goes towards Antietam Battlefield, and I just got this like insane feeling that I'd been there before, and it was a feeling of dread. And I was only like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
And come to find out, that's the route that the Army marched when they were on their way to the Battle of Antietam, which was the biggest battle that my ancestor fought in. And that was like the only major battle that he fought in. Right. After that, he got sick.
So you felt like a familiarity,
but I felt like feelings of like dread. And why would I feel that in the middle of a road in Virginia?
It's crazy.
I believe that's what deja vu is. Like if something impacts your ancestor, trauma, like there's shit that happened to us in our lives that our kids are going to carry. I think they've already proven that. That you can carry generational trauma through your DNA. Yeah. So that's another reason.
But there's skeptics. Yeah. There are people I don't know. I know people that would, like I call them Fox News dads. Yeah. They're like, fuck that, ain't true. Well, you know what I mean? It's like, that's bullshit. Meanwhile, they're pounding whiskey after, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's obviously been used as a medication from the baby boomer era, and then of course way before that. But they're skeptics, and they'll tell you they'll look at you like you're fucking crazy.
I think there's actually
Hey, keep talking. I don't want to throw you off. I'm gonna get up and turn that damn light on because I would tell him to do it, but I don't think. Okay. Can you do it right there?
For instance, archery, right? I don't know how this is even possible, but I pick up a bow and I'm fucking. I've never been trained on a bow in my life, ever, but I'm sick nasty with the bow. Like, I know what I'm doing.
You're sick nasty with the bow.
Yeah.
You talking about that? We want to talk about that shot?
We can talk about the shot.
Nah, you are good with the bow. I got to give you that. I mean, you got a damn nice deer on the wall, even though you shot it illegally. But I mean,
I did not shoot that deer illegally. All right, no, I did not.
I'm just fucking with you. I would never say that if I was telling the truth. I would never say it on air.
No, I know. No, everyone gives me shit. It was still shooting light. All right.
And it was dark as fuck.
It was dark, but it was still shooting light. It was dark in the hollow. I mean, there was still light, ambiance light around the hollow. But anyhow, no, but just my buddy can attest to this. When I was in Louisiana, my first year bow hunting, it was the last day of our lease, and I was on a lease with my buddy David, and we were just walking out bullshitting, and there's a bunch of phone poles along this break, telephone poles, and I said, "Hey man, I didn't even think I could do it." Right? I'm like, "There's a telephone probably 200 yards away." Yeah. So think about how thick a telephone pole is from 200 yards, right? And I was just like, "Hey man, you think I hit that fucking telephone pole?" And he's like, "Fuck it." So I went for it, and I fucking nailed that bitch, dude. Nice. My arrow's still up in that telephone pole.
So somewhere down the line, you were an archer.
Probably, yeah.
See, I was a badass on the front line. I wasn't back there with the cane, like throwing arrows and shit. Yeah. No, I've had dreams. I've had 2 of them actually. When you talk about that,
yeah.
And I had one when I was younger. I don't know if I was 10, 11, 12. Maybe it might have been like 13 years old. But I am sitting in a field with all these other guys, and we're wearing like rags. And basically, it looks like a scene out of Braveheart. Yeah. So it's like old times. I can hear the wind. I can smell the grass. Everybody's like, I hear like banging, like sharpening swords. And I'm sitting there. I can't see myself, but I can feel that I'm like hairy. You know what I mean? I got long hair. And I'm looking around, and it's very somber. It's like people are serious. So when I wake up and I think about it, years later, it's like we're getting ready. Like everybody's clean. We weren't bloody. We were dirty. And it was obviously like white dudes that were hairy. So it could have been Celtic. English, German, but this is more like
civilization.
Yeah, there was metal. Okay. I mean, there was fucking metal, and the shields were small. And I don't know where I would have had experience an exposure to that at that age, because there were no movies that were like the Conan the Barbarian, but they weren't
come out until we were young adults.
Yeah, it was like there was like Gladiator and stuff like that, but that was like Roman warfare. This was more like Celtic. And what reminded me of it when I was watching that show on Netflix about the Viking who's kidnapped, or he's an English guy that's kidnapped by the Vikings.
Oh, Valhalla, yeah, the monk.
Yeah, something like that. And he grows up, and then and then they have another one, the barbarians. The Germans. They have to give their babies to Caesar, and he raises them as a Roman general, and then he goes back to Germany to be in charge of the Legion, but then he turns on the Legion and reads a barbarian. Anyway, that reminded me of that dream. And the second one I had was probably when I was about in my 20s, and I was in an actual shield wall, okay? And I just remember hearing pushing, and you could hear everybody yelling, and you could smell the sweat and the dust. And I wasn't doing nothing. We were just pushing.
Yeah.
And they were pushing back, and you could hear it lasted for about 10 seconds. But I kind of brought that, I kind of associated that with what you were saying.
That could be your I mean, it's crazy, man. Me and you sitting here probably are the products of how many thousands of years of genealogy?
Yeah.
That's
fucking a
trippy
lot.
If you really think about it. We're modern humans, but like we all come from somewhere, and we didn't just appear, So of course your lineage, you have programming in there from what you experienced.
Oh yeah.
And especially with your Italian side, like the fucking Romans, man, and that shield, that what do they call it? There's a word for it, that formation.
I know what you're talking about.
Dan Carlin goes into it. It's really interesting, man. Like, it's pretty trippy, dude.
You're talking about the Roman shield, because they had the big ones that were curved.
The phalanx.
Yeah, the
so
phalanx.
the phalanx formation, check this shit out, man. Like, it was regular people. It's like, you might be a fucking baker one day in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Rome goes to war. Bam. You're called to the front. You're trained in this phalanx. You do your job in the phalanx. Next day, you go back to your job.
Yeah.
So, it's
Or you weren't called. A lot of times it was like, hey, pick up a spear, because that's pretty much what they used back. Pick up a spear and a sword, or die. Like, you had no choice.
That's some insane shit. I think everybody has,
I don't think that my all of even Italians come from. I think all Caucasian people from Europe come from Germany. All of them. They all come from that's why Caucasus Mountains. Yeah. They all come from that region. So Germany, even the Anglo-Saxons, which are English, they all migrated over the English Channel, I guess, whatever that little body of water it is.
Yeah.
The Vikings, the guys that went north, they all come out of there. So even the Italians are German, but there's a lot in like the last couple of 100 years, maybe, or almost 1,000 years. There's been a lot of African influence up from Africa, and then of course Rome was founded by Greeks, but who are the fucking Greeks?
Right.
1,000 years ago.
And it's just like, think of all this, and other things we've talked about before, like this goes to aliens and all that dumb shit, Egypt and what we talked about, like in person, you know. But think of the thousands of civilizations that have, or million, who knows, that have been lost, and people to these days, people now still carry the genes of these civilizations that are long gone.
And what the problem with that is? Academia. When I say academia, is like they're right now. There's some guy that is making, I don't know, let's say he makes $250,000, $300,000 a year at Harvard, and he's the Egyptologist or whatever you call that.
Right.
Okay. He's the expert, and now he studied the guy before him who was the expert academia accepted Egyptologist. Okay. All of that shit that they're talking about, that was found on evidence and technology that was used to find this evidence in like the 1920s.
Right.
So in the 1920s and 30s, they came up with this fucking thing that the pyramids were built by slaves, i.e. the Jewish slaves, and they drug these fucking big ass rocks across that was like hundreds of miles through the desert using water and pulleys, and that's what happened. And you say anything out of that, academia will shut you down. You know how there is so much fucking proof right now through, and I was just listening to it last week. I can't remember the type of topographical, like satellite imagery they're using, that erosion on the fucking pyramids is water erosion, and that the Sahara Desert was at a lush tropical jungle. It's not always been a desert. It was at one time, it was a jungle. They can prove that. Yeah. Okay. They can now find cities in the Amazon rainforest in South America. They found cities, roads, like they can see through the ground, and that there's actual proof. Now, evidence. I won't say proof because there's no one coming from the past saying, yeah, that's right. That the vegetation of the Amazon jungle is not native to that land. Like, that was like plants that a civilization brought there and farmed, and then they disappeared, and it went out and it just covered them. So you're telling me that the fucking cocksuckers in the 1920s and 30s with their limited technology, they figured it all out, and everything from 1929 until 2023, these people are same thing that they did with the doctors that said that COVID wasn't that big of a deal. They silenced them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so we think right now, if you ask just an average college-educated douchebag, he's going to say that our civilization started in Egypt. Okay. Never mind the fact that Egypt has a whole fucking history that predates them by like 40,000 fucking years.
Yeah. Fucking that shit, man.
Never mind. There's a fucking, they're wearing watches in the hieroglyph. You look at the hieroglyph. Is that what they're called? Hieroglyphs, right? Am I right on that? Yeah. They're wearing watches. And I'm not talking about, that they're like, oh, nothing to see here. Don't look. That's just a decoration. Coincidentally, it's a circle with a band and it's got fucking 12 dots on it.
Well,
and there's spaceships and
look
helicopters.
At the math, like they had math figured out. Like you had Greek scholars in Egypt learning stuff from the Egyptians about math. Yeah. Crazy fucking math.
I think they called them Sumerians, didn't they?
Just how,
am I right about that?
How deep they were with intelligence at that state. And then what is it? Egypt, I'll confess, I'm not a Bible reader, but how many years BC is Egypt? A couple thousand years, correct?
Yeah, thousands, like 3,000, I think.
I
think it's 3,000.
It's just mind blowing, man.
Because BC goes backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got Christ, and then you got BC.
Well, you got Jesus, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The day before Jesus is 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? It goes it's 3,000 or something. It's backwards. I don't know. It's bullshit.
Anyways, it's
marking time. Yeah. That is a total man-made thing.
Yeah.
Somebody could have made the second last 10 seconds. Whoever developed it could have been 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? And our whole calendar.
Yeah.
It's just now. It just kind of makes sense that with the sun coming in and out. I won't say rises and falls because I'm not sold on the fact that that the globe. I'm not a flat earther, and nobody will ever fucking get me on tape saying that I'm a flat earther. But I will. If I could prove it, if me and you were standing in door A and door B and we were about to be shown the proof, I would fucking bet every dollar I had to you that the fucking globe that we see and that we know of in our map is not accurate.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know if it's flat or if it's round, but I can tell you that it's a lot bigger than what they make it. It's not 25,000 miles in circumference. Because here's the thing I was looking at the other day. When was the first time that we had a satellite image from space of the Earth?
60s?
I think it was in the 50s.
Oh, speaking of which, did you hear they put together a new moon team?
Fuck, they ain't going. That's a lie.
I don't know.
That's a fucking lie. Okay.
So?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
they ain't going nowhere. It's a lie. They ain't going. No one's ever been out there.
You don't think so?
No one's ever been out there.
You're one of those guys?
What do you mean, one of those guys?
You don't think anyone's been to the
Have you ever seen the fucking moon landing tapes? You think that's real? Wait a minute. Stop. Everybody stop. Do you think when you see the moon landing videos from 1960, whatever the fuck it is, you believe that was real?
I think we've been there.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you, you've seen the same footage that everybody else has seen. Obviously, you haven't watched enough of it because you're about to say yes. You actually still...
I never really looked into that.
We are going to change that. There's no fucking rabbit hole.
All right, that's my homework assignment.
Like, I don't know anybody, even the fucking people that dispel every conspiracy theory, even though they come true, the guys are like, no, the CIA is not selling fucking cocaine in the black neighborhoods in the 80s. That's fucking ridiculous. Well, we kind of know that's true. You know what I mean?
that
even those guys are like, it's kind of like finding the one guy out there that fucking still thinks that Lee Harvey Oswald is this lone gunman.
That's
you know what I mean? I know one guy that I think he's a troll, but he swears that he thinks that, and because he was in special forces, he thinks he could make that shot, but he was he handed out spoons in the chow hall. He wasn't like an 18 guy.
We know that Russia's done some crazy shit before.
I think it's
okay.
Like we could, that's a whole different rabbit hole. Yeah. I'm happy to go down that rabbit hole with you.
I want to know what.
But that moon landing, come on, man. You've done video work. You've been on screen before.
I haven't really looked at it in depth. I just, I like everybody else. I just took.
Well, then I'm going to save you the embarrassment, and I'm going to stop asking you. And next time we come back, I'm going to say, "Did you watch any of that?"
I'm going to have to go watch it now because I've never actually watched it. It's been in the corner of your mind. Oh, you learned in school July 1st, 1969, we walked on the moon.
Yeah. We learned a lot of dumb shit in school. We also learned that Christopher Columbus discovered America.
Yeah.
We were taught that, right? That he discovered America?
Something like that, yeah.
Right.
Well, the Western Hemisphere. Well, you know what it was? You come on, you should know this. It's an Italian pride thing. The Italians,
For some, not for me. I'm
that's
American.
the whole Christopher Columbus thing. Is in the
I don't- no,
1800s, 19th century, the Italians wanted part of becoming, Italian American and having a holiday and having a pride.
Yeah.
So that's that's the whole Christopher Columbus thing.
I don't doubt it, because back then,
Yeah.
there were people that were still connected to their Italian heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Like my father's grandparents came from Italy
Right.
with kids. Now, my grandmother was born here, but she was born, like, her older sister, I believe, two of her sisters came with the grandparents. So they're very connected to that, especially in a time where Italians were kind of looked down on, because they weren't Eastern Europeans yet. You know what I mean? Eastern Europeans have always been shit on by Europeans, Polish and all that. They hadn't come yet, not in the big waves. The Italians came because they were brick masons and they were building the fucking city. So they let them in, but they were kind of like looked down upon because they had greasy hair, they were dark skinned, and they had this culture of almost, it's like gang culture before gang culture. You know what I mean? Because they had we call it the mafia. Right. Of course they'll say there's no such thing, but they didn't trust the police. They had their own banks. They helped each other out, but the good thing about it is they could drop that vowel off their name and then move to the suburbs, and they were just regular white people as they made their money. Yeah. But they were more connected to it. Nowadays, I think it's a joke. I look at some of these podcasts, or I see some of these TikToks and these like Italian American culture in New York City, which I'm familiar with. I grew up around. I mean, it is my family. Right. But I look at it like, man, my great grandparents came here like 100 years ago. Like, I don't know how many years I'm looking at, 70 something years ago. My dad was born in America. I was born in America. I grew up in North Carolina, in between New York City and North Carolina, but I'm an American, so I don't identify with none of that Christopher Columbus, Italians, they stole the telephone invention, and they fuck that. I'm American. They stole it from you, not me,
Yeah, that's a funny slope, because like with my wife being Filipino, and like you go out to California and there's a lot of Filipino pride over American pride and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Your wife's from the Philippines,
right?
And your kids, my oldest daughter was born in the Philippines, right? So she's got a Philippine citizenship as well as American. And her mother is from the Philippines, so she's a little bit more connected to that. But if they get married and they don't marry into, as long as the further they get away from their roots, their grandkids in 3 generations are going to be like, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Well,
so one of my family members was from there, so.
My kids don't speak Tagalog.
Yeah, mine
but
don't
I guarantee,
either.
What's really cool in America now is to like be more proud of being something else than being American.
Well, that was kind of a thing too. Whenever I was coming up, now when I was coming up, we both, but I'm a little bit older than you by 5 years only.
5 years, not much.
I was coming up in the golden age, I guess you would say, of hip hop. Even before the golden age, when rap was new, you know what I mean? I'm talking about when it was Curtis Blow, when it was Cool G Rap. He might have been a little bit later on, but like when the Beastie Boys first came out, I didn't really care for the Beastie Boys. I liked Public Enemy, and then when NWA dropped, was perfect timing because LA music had just kind of died. Oh, yeah. And then rap, and I was into it, but then rap got real pro-black, like X-Clan and Poor Righteous Teachers, and if you listen to the lyrics, and you were white, you were kind of like,
what's that?
Oh man,
KRS-One.
Yeah. Boogie Down Productions, all that, and I liked the music,
Militant,
but it got, and I didn't mind little drops. How like Wu-Tang Clan has some of that. That's their culture. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But then when it gets real militant, and you're there's you and another white guy and everybody else, and you listen to this music, you kind of like, what the fuck, man? Why you start getting offended a little bit, So you start gravitating towards your original culture. Like my family wasn't even here. I'm Italian.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my mom's family is probably back since the fucking Mayflower. Poor as shit. Never owned any slaves or nothing like that. But you do. But in me personally now, I don't associate myself with anything but American.
Yeah, it's
no race, no color, no nothing. We're just
the cool thing now. Like I said, is to be ashamed of being American. But I think we're also experiencing. It's weird because, for the past 5 years or so, I would say 2013. We'll start 2013. That's when there was a voice for saying, fuck the United States. Let's tear it fucking down again. A big movement started. Started with that shithead in South Carolina.
Did it fucking start there though? What about the 1960s? The late 1960s?
But it kind of just. But here's the thing: it died down, and it was kind of on the back
Yeah,
burner.
I think so. Yeah.
But then then there's the LA riots in the 90s.
I was getting ready to say there's a whole nother sect of culture in America that you're leaving out that's kind of been like, fuck this shit for a long time. And
right, but it wasn't
the
LA streets and vocal.
Before the LA riots, though, there was the watch riots in the 70s. Right. So there's been a lot. So
But what do you think the biggest transition was? 2013?
I don't think it's any worse today than it was in 1969, 1979, 1989. I just think that the demographic of the chaos has kind of changed. For a long time there, and I think it's all been controlled. I think it's been media dictated.
Yeah.
It's all been media dictated. You know what I'm saying? So prior to the reason why we know about the counterculture revolution, that they like to call it, the fucking protest, the movement of the 1960s, is because television.
Yeah.
You know? There was like riots, like Zoot Suit riots in LA, but that was before TV. Yeah. There was riots. There was all types of atrocities that happened. Like in, what was the one in Rosebud?
Yeah.
You know, Rosebud, the blacks down there had, the blacks, the African Americans, the black folks in Rosebud, they had their own community. They had their own banks.
Wilmington, too.
They were thriving. And then some fucking poor fucking crackers were like, fuck that. They were, and they went in there and fucking shut that, they burned it. If we would have had TV back then, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot more people would have seen it, and it would have maybe steered history a little different.
Well, the hashtag campaign.
Not everybody, everybody likes to think that all white people back then were like racist, hating everybody and white supremacists. They weren't. They didn't say nothing about it because, contrary to what you might believe, if you were alive back then, as fucked up as you think it is, watching it from here, if you were alive back then, you wouldn't have been no fucking crusader.
No.
You're letting the fucking government now walk all over you. So I tell people all the time, what would you have done?
Nothing.
In Alabama, white boy, and you're going to be like, oh, you better stop that. They'll fucking kill you just the same, motherfucker. So that's what I'm saying. I think that it's media dictated. For instance, what do we have going on right now? Was there a school shooting?
It was in
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah. Was it a school shooting?
Yeah. Well, okay. It was a transvestite that went into a school.
Transgender.
Well, I'm sorry. Bleep.
Transvestite.
A transgender.
A transvestite is a man who dresses as a woman.
This was a transgender,
but does not identify as a woman.
Right. That was
I've known that since Eddie Izzard.
Yeah. Okay. So, in Tennessee, interesting fact: a friend of ours who's a Marine, that one of the cops that stopped the shooter was the soldier of a former soldier of one of our Marine buddies. So good leadership on that guy because they went in there and fucking crushed it in 13 minutes, I think the call was.
I don't know. I don't watch mainstream news, so all I heard was there was a school shooting.
Yeah.
There were 3 kids?
6 people killed.
Yeah, but there were
3
kids
and then 3 faculty.
And that's all I need to know. I'm not going to get bogged down in if it was a fucking female. It was a man. It was a female transitioned into a man, and everybody's mad because they were calling her or him. See what I'm saying? I'm not getting bogged. That's for y'all.
It's just
I don't watch it.
It is what it is. It's a school shooting.
Everything I heard about what we're talking about now was on Joe Rogan because they were going on about this and they were trying to figure out because I think they were trying to determine whether or not this was the first female school shooter in history.
Oh,
I think it was.
Yeah.
So they were kind of going on about that. But
brings me to what I want to talk about last time we were supposed to podcast, and that's this whole. It's quite a lot to take on, but perhaps we can start here. I wanted to really go after the internet next time we podcasted, which is now. So I was thinking a lot, and I'm like, of course, a school shooting happens. What's the first call to action? The fucking gun problem in America, all right? And I saw these.
Okay, I'm not going to stop you right now, but. Gun problem?
No.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying that's the first thing people start screaming, right? I saw the stupidest fucking chart I've ever seen in my life, okay? Just a random friend on Instagram. So it's a chart that says like school shootings and it has America and it blows it off the fucking chart. Yeah. Then it has Afghanistan. And I'm like, and it has like Nigeria. I'm like, did they really put these countries comparing America to school shootings? Like, that's the dumbest
Well, they don't have
thing.
them.
Well, but what else? It's like, how about we compare fucking, there's other things you can compare that it's just that's just the mentality of motherfuckers out there.
I get where you're going with that, but I have to play devil's advocate.
Okay. So I'm going to stay on track.
Yeah.
So school shootings, right? When do we have the first noted that you can think of the first school shooting that was like, hey, this is a problem in America. This is a tragedy, and it was a major
Columbine. But was that the first one? I don't know.
Probably not the first one because you've got Ohio State.
Yeah. Well, you also had the guy at Texas University.
What do we have in the equation with Columbine?
Pennsylvania.
What do we have in the equation with Columbine? What are we starting to have in the equation? A culture that's developing where?
I don't know.
On the internet. Internet culture.
I would say media, and media is going because when Columbine happened, we had the internet, but we didn't have the internet like we have it now.
You've got teenagers that are going on the internet.
You've
got these kids doing shit on the internet.
So what? Okay. Let's just say, assuming you're right. Let's say the internet is 80% responsible because of all the. What's your fucking solution? You want to shut down the internet?
I don't know, man. I thought about this like for a long time. It's like, do we need to finally say, hey, maybe it's time? Now, I'm not saying shut down the internet, but what I am saying is this, all right? And this comes, it's the same thing as like having protective ratings on movies, okay? Mm-hmm. Maybe we need to regulate the internet for people under 18. Like, seriously regulate it.
That makes sense.
Seriously regulate it. Just like a driver's license.
Here's the thing. I regulate my under 18-year-old child's internet already, so I don't need I don't need you to do it.
You do, but I guarantee you, because I learned this through my kids.
Just like me, I mean,
they're gonna find it, but
yeah,
how do they have access to it? Because it's out there. It's not regulated. All right, so just hear me out.
I'm listening. I don't agree, but I'm listening.
If you look at the way things are now, we have a disease in our country with the way people treat each other. These kids are exposed to this stuff, and it gets into their lives when they're so young. They're exposed to horrible gore. When we were little, the only way
I was going to say that because we watched. You're a fucking horror film fanatic, right? Don't you like horror films, Jason and all that?
Yeah, but it wasn't like okay, you can go on the internet now and you can watch someone getting their head cut off in real life easily.
Oh, yeah, I don't watch that stuff.
You can go and you can see, you've got those websites like Best Score used to be one, but they shut it down. There's one that is they say that it's freedom of expression, showing the cartel.
That's kind of like Faces of Death. I don't ever understood why people wanted to watch that shit.
I never you could find it if you really want to, but remember how hard it was to find a Faces of Death tape? You couldn't just go in and rent it, especially if you were a kid.
Yeah.
You had to know someone that had it. And I'll never forget the first time I saw graphic violence was like Saving Private Ryan. When Saving Private Ryan came out, it blew me away. I was 16 years old.
Yeah, but what about the kids 100 years before us that saw death right in front of them? You know what I mean? They saw death all the time, whether it was killing pigs or the Civil War. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't really see people in the Civil War didn't see death until they went to. Yeah, but they weren't exposed to it until they actually went to war.
People in our grandparents and great grandparents generations, death was a part of their life. They went out and killed their food, whether it be a chicken or a hog. Their grandparents died right there in the house that they were living in. Yeah. Just there was all types of, like, dueling was legal. Fair fights were, if you called me a cheater and I didn't cheat, I could shoot you, and it's a fair fight. So I don't know, man. I think a lot of times, and I'm saying that because it's just a thought. I'm not saying, oh, I'm right. I'm just exchanging ideas here.
I'm just trying to find I'm trying to.
I think everybody tries to find a solution to a problem, and they always go back to themselves. Right. Okay, they're always like, people are like, make America great again. Okay, great. When? I'm not saying America. I think America's been great since the beginning, but when you say make America great again and you mean it, what are you talking about? Yeah, tell me. Because you're a MAGA guy.
I'm not a MAGA guy.
I thought you were.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not at all. Like, I believe in,
Good.
I believed that.
I'm a MAGA guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm a MAGA guy. I'm a Trump guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote. If he makes the nomination again, which I think he will, if I'm going to vote, I would vote for him again.
That's my
even though I don't think he's our best. I don't think he's our best choice.
I think he's a better option.
Yeah. But for my reasoning is not for your, my reasoning is different. My reasoning is not because he's a staunch Christian man with conservative values and Republican this and that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Yeah. I like Trump because he's so fucked up. And I fucking hate the government. Yeah. I think our government is fucking ridiculous. I think it's out of control. I don't trust the government. I think the government needs to be shut down. But ask me what I think the solution is once we shut it down. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing. Like, but I guess what I'm saying is like, we have just people in general these days they're not good people.
Well, again, let me go back to what I was saying because I got off track with the whole Trump thing. But you say kids today. So you have to, the only thing you can reference is when you were a kid in your last 25 years that you can actually remember being a person, or 30 years. You fall back on the 1990s, 1980s. Well, during that time, there was some fucking old motherfucker saying the same thing about the shit you were listening to and you were watching and going back and back and back. But the world changes. This is my point. The world has been changing since man first picked up a fucking bone and smacked this fellow man on the head and said, your wife's hotter than mine. Now she's my wife. Since that day, we have grown and every generation fucking changes and it evolves. And with that evolution comes technologies which drive that change. Right. And the people that don't fucking adapt with that and figure out how to live with it and move forward, like people that don't want to get off horseback, you know what I mean? Yeah. And people that don't want to, I'm referencing the Native Americans because if they, everybody kind of would assume that they would have held on to their land a whole lot longer if they were all one army and they would have developed shit like steel, and fucking, cars and shit like that. But it's changing. So you've got internet, okay? And you've got access to the shit. I am not in the camp that we need to limit it in any way. We have to figure out how to live with it is what I'm saying.
Right, but we have to learn how to, it's affecting these young minds so profound. Like you look at kids and my kids, for instance, I try to regulate, there's some kids in our neighborhood where they're just on their devices all day and you take it away and they're just empty shells. They don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Those people turn into adults, They don't have compassion. They don't have empathy. Is that the norm?
Well,
is that how it should be?
Here's the thing. I've got one of those kids, okay? I got a very intelligent kid.
Right.
But he does not want... all he wants to do when he's homeschooled, so he's on his computer for homeschool, and then I make him take the dog for a walk for an hour every day to get vitamin D and get outside. Yeah. And then I make him go outside with a skateboard or something for an hour after like 4 o'clock. And he can't get on his video games until 5 o'clock until he goes to bed. I think I let him stay up till 10 because we're homeschooled. We ain't got to get up and meet an alarm clock or a school bell. And I'm like trying to limit the time that he is on this computer. Meanwhile, he taught me how to edit all this shit. Right. At 11 years old.
Yeah, and
that's
good.
What I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I think, and I was telling my mother this today because I was standing in her kitchen, he wanted to do this. He wanted to do that. I got him a piano, like a nice keyboard because he wanted to play piano because he didn't want to learn how to play a guitar. Yeah. I didn't get him a cheap one. I got him a nice one. He fucking played Dr. Dre, dun, 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 and then that was it. And then he wanted a guitar. So he's got a guitar. He's got an electric guitar. He's got every fucking skateboard. Like if there's a skater kid out there, you would be so pissed at looking at my kid's skateboard collection and surfboards. He don't have no interest in it. He just wants to, if you give him the choice, he wants to go sit behind that computer. And I want to limit that. Meanwhile, the future keeps coming. Yeah. And everything is going to that.
But another thing
did you hear McDonald's shut down all of their fucking offices in America? I don't know if it was worldwide, but they shut down all their offices.
You go to Circle K now and they have that thing where you just put your stuff in and it scans. But here's what my question is too is, so we have all that stuff.
But that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah.
What do we have that's driving kids to want to freaking go shoot up a school? What do we have that's driving kids to want to...
Hopefully you.
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Hopefully you and your wife together are raising those 3 boys so none of them want to go shoot up a school. No,
I'm saying like what, they get these kids, this is what I thought about. The average 12-year-old, I've said this before, the average 12-year-old now has more outside, stuff from the world coming into their brain than a king did the entire time they reigned in the Middle Ages.
So let me ask you this.
What does that do to your
dad,
head?
Do you ever conversate with your kids about that information? Ever?
Yeah.
And ask what What do you think about that? But then at some point say, that's because you're fucking 10. Yeah. You know, you're fucking 10. You don't know shit. Let me tell you my opinion on this, my 45-year opinion. And because I'm the parent, I can say, this is a one-way conversation. You just said X, Y, Z. You're fucking wrong. Now, at the end of, after I make him feel like he's the dumbest motherfucker in the world, then I say, go back and think about what I said versus what you said. Maybe I'm wrong in a little bit, but you're really wrong. So I challenge him to analyze information. When all the kids think, oh my God, North Korea, we're going to World War III with Korea. These are what my kids were saying a couple years ago. I'm like, Dick, do you even watch do you know anything about the world? Korea is not a threat to us. Yeah. Like if Korea showed up in Charleston, South Carolina, the South Carolina fucking National Guard could take care of the fucking North Korean army.
But I guess my point is, when are we going to say, turn the fucking computer off and go the fuck outside?
Never.
We need to.
You think
otherwise
that.
People are going to keep shooting up fucking schools.
Maybe, no.
It's not the guns,
Maybe
man.
you turn the fucking computer off and send them outside and they don't know what to do with themselves, so they end up shooting up a school.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's so much angst that... Do you ever have your days where you...
I'm 45, and I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, so my internet compulsion is different than a child who grew up with a fucking iPhone in his hand.
But don't you ever feel those days where you're just like, shut the fuck up? Like, you don't want... All this shit's in your face, whether you want it or not. It's just like, you wish the world would just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because
it's overwhelming. Yeah. Or you're angry, and then you're driving, and then something on the internet fucking happens, and all of a sudden... Something that happened on the fucking internet is interfering with how you're driving because it's pissing you off, and you become an asshole driver.
No, that's reaching,
you don't think
bro.
So?
Yeah, if we were arguing right now,
I think that's
if we
real.
were like not friendly, I'd be like, that's the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard. The internet, it could have been a text message from your wife. Should we fucking bail out on text messages? It could have been a cell phone call from your wife that said she was sucking your buddy's dick, and now all of a sudden you're mad and you're driving.
No, we've talked about this, how something that happens in the news on the internet pisses you off.
Yeah.
And it affects you, even though it doesn't have anything to do with what's
happening. I know,
happening
but that's
right
kind
there.
of a personal problem. Not that
but it happens.
My internet usage and my child's internet usage don't need to be curtailed because you can't control yourself. You see what I'm saying? That's the camp I'm in. I don't think guns should be illegal because you might pick up a gun and go shoot your wife in the face with it. Don't take my gun away. I ain't shooting nobody.
But you don't think there's any outside influence that might stress people out more than they're already stressed out?
I'm sure there is, but I think that you have to be...
With multimedia.
Yeah, but I don't think there's nothing in multimedia, news, there's nothing that I'm going to hear in a bar from a person in a newspaper that's going to cause me to go and shoot up a school.
So what is it then? What do you think it is?
I'm trying to tell you. That's what I was trying to say. Do you ever conversate with... You got 3 boys.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what kind of parent you are, and you're free to be whatever kind of parent you want, so don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying that... Because I'm probably one of the worst parents, when it comes to... I make fun of my kids. Me and my kid down on each other.
Yeah.
Like affection in my house is who can burn you the best. And I have to tell my kids sometimes, when it's just me and you, that's okay.
Right.
But don't do that shit around other people because now I got to be the parent because, is that fair to him? He's only 11. He wants to be cool. He wants to be like, So I'm not the best parent, but I don't want to be his fucking friend.
Right.
He's my buddy. He's my homie. It's me and him for life. You know what I'm saying? And if you know my situation with so, but at the same time, I'm his parent. So if I have to tell him something that's going to hurt his feelings, if I have to tell him something that's going to make him mad, make him cry, like you're grounded, don't talk to me like that, don't say that, don't talk to your grandmother like, yes, sir. If you've heard me around him. I keep it real. Yeah. I'm not like, come on, buddy. Come on, because my son has a net. You've seen it. He's surfing. That's the only time you've seen it. He'll go for the fucking wave, right? And then he'll get to where he should paddle harder, and he intentionally doesn't because he's scared of the wave. Mm-hmm. That's fine. I do the same shit. But then he'll turn around and be like, oh, man, I almost had it. If I would have done this and that, ha ha. And if I miss a wave, he'll be like, ha ha ha, yeah. I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? So I got to teach him that lesson.
That's
where I'm like, miss the wave, that's fine. But quit with your fucking excuse. Everybody can see what you're doing.
Right.
Okay?
Which that's not, I've noticed though, I'm very observant, and that's not just John. That's this entire generation.
Yeah.
Like, it's be act like you're aggressive, but then back out.
But back out.
And then be a fucking
talk
pussy
all
and
that
sit there
shit.
and talk shit.
So I'm not going to be like, hey, it's okay, buddy.
Where do you think that
It's okay.
fucking mentality comes from?
It comes from the world, and the world's going to get it to your children.
TikTok.
Well, look,
It's internet, man. This is how people act on the internet.
I'm gonna give you an argument in your defense. All See, if this would be something that you should be telling me right now in this argument, or this debate, or this discussion, or exchange of ideas. In the 1980s, 70s, and the 80s, if you lived in Norway and you were a kid and you were watching TV, I should have reversed this first because it would have sounded better. But when you're a Norwegian kid in the 70s and the 80s and you're watching public television, you were watching things like how to best wax your skis for a cross-country ski.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to make a campfire, very fucking laid-back television. Yeah. If you're a kid in the 1970s and the 80s watching public television, what are you watching? The Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
It's a fucking show that literally glorifies criminal bootleggers.
Absolutely.
And makes the law look like a joke. The Fall Guy.
Yeah.
The A-Team.
What else?
Guns. Murder.
That was a big one I used to watch.
But listen, go on that train of thought.
Knight Rider.
Yeah. My point is everything we watched as kids, even like our cartoons. G.I. Joe. I was a big G.I. Joe kid.
Yeah.
You know, that was a war between Cobra and G.I. Joe. Cobra were the bad guys. He-Man, Skeletor, everything that we watched in all of our movies. What were the big movies back then?
Yeah, Rambo,
Top Gun, Rambo,
Platoon,
Delta Force, Platoon, Navy SEALs. Go further back than that. Look at what we were indoctrinating ourselves. We were being
dads were watching
with.
Cowboys and John
and they
Wayne
were watching the Ponderosa. So ever since movies came out, that's been what sell. And even to this day, Hollywood, John Wick can walk into a fucking room and kill 8 people with a pencil.
And I love how
pencil.
I love it how Hollywood, the first people to get on the fucking let's take away the guns is Hollywood. But
obvious.
That's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Well, they can't help it because actors, Hollywood actors, they're glorified like royalty in this country.
That's another.
And they make so much. I don't think sometimes people on our income bracket, we don't understand what it's like to know that in your bank account, which you don't even look at because you have a team that does that, to have $400-500 million working for you.
Yeah.
We have $10,000 in the bank. Guess what we have? We got $10,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
That's what we got. When you have $400 million in the bank, you have $400 million working for you. So even if you put $400 million in the bank, I don't know, a good bank going to give you what, 3-4% interest every year? I can't do the math on that. That's a lot of that's hundreds of thousands of dollars that your money makes just sitting there. Well, but then you invest it and then you do this. So that $400 million over the next 20 years is going to be $1 billion. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They have so much money. They don't worry about things like we
for being a fake person on a screen.
Well, I can't knock it.
I knock the shit out of it. But
you're being a person on a screen right now. What if we got like 80 million subscribers?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna fucking knock it. But still, it's like.
But you would be in a situation to where you had hundreds of thousands in your bank account, and you know that if you fucking slipped and fell, you could probably comfortably not work with your retirement.
Yeah.
And with $300,000 cash liquid in the bank, you're probably good for a couple years where you could just relax, go surfing every day, move to Costa Rica, do something like that. Right. They can do that for 5 years as a vacation. You know what I'm saying? They have so much money, so they're not stressed about things. Right. So their perception of the world changes.
But why do we listen to them? Like they fucking,
I don't.
You don't. I don't. But everybody else does.
Society does because they're being manipulated by the fucking media. Yeah. If CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News tomorrow all got together and said, okay, this motherfucking Buddy Finney don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Let's prove him wrong that they're listening to us. And they said, from this day forward, we're going to demonize Hollywood. Every fucking actor out there, we're going to demonize them. We're going to be like, these motherfuckers are making all this money, and look what they're doing. But if they did, they can do it, right? It's very possible and plausible. Right. They could do it. Look what they did with Donald Trump overnight. He was America's fucking Sweetheart all through the 80s and all.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be Donald Trump. Every rapper you knew.
Well,
had a
I
song
mean,
about
rappers
being
just
Donald
want to be
Trump.
rich, and they associate it with Don. They didn't really know, but there are people that know, like people that grew up around New Jersey, New York City, Atlantic City. They know Donald Trump because he was in the newspaper every day. He was on Oprah all the time. You know, he was beloved by a lot of people, and I hated his guts.
Yeah.
You know, even with Lifestyles of Rich and Famous, and then overnight they turned on him. Now, a lot of people hate him that would probably like him. Yeah. They hate him because of the media, and they can say, "No, it's because he's a racist." He's not. You can't prove it. The media told you that. Well, he did this and that. He didn't.
The media.
You know, oh, he got arrested. He did. He got arrested for what? He paid a fucking, maybe allegedly, but even let's just say if he did it, he paid a porn star to keep her mouth shut, 200 and something thousand. Bill Clinton paid fucking Jennifer Flowers 800 and something thousand, and it was public. Yeah. There's a news conference where the lawyers like show him the money that she won. She got 800. Hey, bro. Hey, boss. Can you do me a favor on that AC like I showed you? I'm sorry. I'm glad you're here. Actually. So the news media overnight, overnight could change that, and now all of a sudden Americans. So it's not the actor's fault. You pay to go to the movies.
I haven't.
You have
paid to go to a movie. Since...
Do you pay for Netflix?
Yes, I do.
You're paying their salary.
Yeah, guilty.
You're complicit. Yeah. Whether you agree with, so I don't give a fuck what their opinion is. Although I do, and I'm guilty of it. When I see an actor that I like, there's some actors that I just like. I like Idris Elba. I like he is the black dude.
Yeah.
I like fucking Matthew McConaughey. So, and I like Ashton Kutcher. Okay. When Ashton Kutcher says some fucked up shit that I don't agree with, I don't fucking hate his movies. I don't really like that motherfucker. Yeah. But I'm not going to be like, I'm going to boycott all his shit because he makes, he used to, when he makes a show or something, or The Ranch, I don't know if you ever watched that, but I like that show. Yeah. So I'm going to watch it whether or not he's the biggest, I like Starbucks coffee. I like Starbucks coffee, and no one competes with Starbucks, not even Black Rifle. And all I buy in my house is Black Rifle. I'm a subscriber. But nobody can compete with the flavor of Starbucks. If the Taliban bought Starbucks tomorrow...
You'd still drink Starbucks?
I would still drink fucking Starbucks.
That would be funny, actually.
I would. I mean, I'm sorry. I'd be like, hey, I want my product.
Yeah. So,
there's your answer to that. It all goes back to the media, okay? I don't blame TikTok. Now, I do agree with you with TikTok to a certain extent.
Yeah.
If you go on TikTok in China, it's all educational stuff. It's all on the kid that won the National Science Scholar Fair. It's all, and then it shuts down at 10 o'clock every night, and it doesn't come back on until 7 o'clock in the morning.
You don't have people fucking doing,
jerking
off.
Do you know what they're doing?
What?
They're doing the same thing that the Norwegians did. They're programming their society while contributing to the delinquency of an already fucking failing society. Yeah. Would we not do the same thing?
Of our enemies? Yeah,
Would we not do that if China was dumb enough to fall for it? So we can get mad all we want and be like, China this, China that. Everything you fucking use, that hat on your fucking head, that candy you just put in your mouth, that shirt you're wearing, that phone that's casting, everything in here, this microphone, this fucking...
this helmet, probably.
Everything comes from China. Now, in the mix here, you might find something that was made in America, but I fucking doubt it.
Scotland.
The whiskey's made in America, but where's the cap coming from? China. That Johnny Walker whiskey could actually be, I don't know, but I'm saying is, not only do you have a Chinese product that you're surviving with, the products that you're surviving with have been built by fucking slave and child labor. I don't see you boycotting shit. Do we just fucking not my fucking problem. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm an American, okay? And America is pretty fucked up. And we could sit here and debate the problems and how to fix America with 85,000 different people every day. And I don't know that we would ever cut to a solution. So where do I got time to be worrying about what's going on in fucking China and the Ukraine unless it affects our national security?
But I mean, my whole point is we need to stand up somewhere for how fucking our culture is declining.
But what you're saying is, this is where I'm attacking you. Yeah. And I agree with what you're saying, but I'm trying to maybe enlighten people into a different way of thinking about it. That's it. So I'm using you because you're in front of me. If Chris was over here talking to me, I would use him specifically because he's got a whole different background and upbringing than we both do, although ours are similar. What you want to do is you want to regulate society based on your own experiences and what you think.
I don't want to regulate society.
You think we should cut back on internet.
I
you
want
think we
people
should
to
cut back
unplug.
on
I don't
and unplug.
fucking-
Why though? The future keeps you unplug. Let's say that you won the election and everybody said, okay, Brendan, we're going to do it your way. We're going to unplug for 8 hours every day. In that 8 hours every day, the world still advances forward and we're just kind of like going backwards. You see what I'm saying? Unplugging from the system.
No, not unplugging from the system, but taking your mind off relying solely on your computer.
How?
For instance.
How would you do that?
How would I do
How
that?
would you do that? Okay.
I do it every day.
Yeah, but how? How do you do it?
Okay.
Don't lie to us. Tell us the truth. How do you do it?
Now, I'll admit, sometimes I'm stuck in my Facebook. Like, I'll go on Facebook. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
You're
Go on Facebook.
plugged in then.
Okay, but you've got people who don't fucking go outside at all.
That's their business.
That's their business. But that's our problem.
Maybe to you.
It's a fucking problem. Look at how you deal
Somewhere
with it.
there's a guy right now that's making $250,000 a year, leaves his apartment maybe once a week, and he's fucking saying,
not cool.
dude, just because you can't figure it out doesn't mean what I'm saying is this. You may be right, Brendan. What I'm saying is if I'm a guy and I'm happily in my apartment 23 hours a day and I'm working from home and I'm making $250,000 a year and I have everything I want. I got no fucking wife nagging me. Maybe I got a cat. I'm playing my Xbox. I'm talking to this and that. I'm succeeding, okay? Because you can't figure out how to do it and you see it as a problem. You want to regulate my plug-in time based on your reality, and I don't think that's fair. That's like saying some kids got shot in a school in Colorado by a person with a gun, sorry. I'm going to correct myself there. By a person with a gun. We need to ban all guns. Meanwhile, Buddy Feeney's got guns laying all over the place. Ain't never shot nobody in the United States.
Right.
Outside of like a war zone. Never shot at anybody. Never even pulled my gun out. Well, maybe once, but I didn't really pull it out. I had it ready, but I didn't like point it. I'm responsible with my guns. I can have guns laying around my house, and my kid he's not turned on by guns. He won't touch them because he's not allowed to, but when he sees a gun, he's not like, ooh, gun, let me touch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm responsible. I grew up in a house where my mom and dad both carried guns, and when they walked in the house, they didn't lock them up in a lockbox. My dad dropped his fucking gun on the counter with his wallet and his fucking rings or whatever, and my mom did the same thing, and we never had an accident, or I never toted a gun to school and shot anybody. So why would we take that? Why is the solution? Because these people can't get it right. Why do I have to be limited? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm plugged in 24 hours a day. I'm successful. So what would you do to unplug, though? If I said, okay, you got 4 hours every day, no internet, no phone, just you, what is Brennan doing?
No. It's like this, okay? Can you drive from here to Raleigh without fucking Google Maps? Can you or not?
I can.
You can. All right. Can you
only because I've done it without Google Maps.
Can you remember your phone number from when you were a kid?
No. Yeah, 8675382.
Okay. A lot of people can't even fucking do that.
Yeah.
Why can't they fucking do that?
8671886. That was my buddy's. That was my best friend's number.
Why can't they do that?
Because they never had to.
Why don't they have to?
Yeah, but Brent, what you're saying is this. I get what you're saying, but I like the fact that I don't have to remember a number.
Your fucking brain is not using.
I don't even have to pick my phone up. I can say, Siri, call Brennan.
For thousands of years, okay, your brain had functions that it had to do as a human every day.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's why fucking people are idiots.
Maybe
that's why people are fucking think it's okay to
go
to fucking school and shoot it up.
I believe along your line of thinking. Right. I believe that you have to wake up and do something hard. That's why I take a cold shower.
You have to engage your mind.
Before I eat,
Here's
I
one
fast,
for you.
I do all that.
Listen to me.
But that doesn't mean everybody should have to do it.
Can you sit in a car and look out the window while traveling and be content? Are you able to do that?
Depends on the day.
Are you able to enjoy the scenery? Are you able to watch the sunrise and sunset and be content with that?
Sometimes.
Do you have to be on your phone taking a picture of it?
That's okay. What if I said no? I can't. What if I said no, I can enjoy the sunset as long as I've got it in the camera and I'm filming it in my phone.
That's my point.
What would you say to that if I was content, if I was sincere saying that? What would you say to me?
I would say that you need to work on using your brain for what it's
And I would say,
designed to
fuck you.
That's fine.
But
then I would also say,
I would say, fuck you, keep your opinion to myself. And then I would go on to say, what makes you think that you've got it any better? You're more clued into me. And then I would tear into you, your life. And like, how did you get here? How did you get here today? How did you get here? You drove here or did you Uber here?
I drove.
Okay.
Yeah.
I drove here in my fucking McLaren, not me. I'm just saying, I drove here in my this and that. And my fucking bank account says this. I'm pretty healthy. Like, so who are you to fucking tell me? We're very similar in what we think.
No,
I'm just
I know
giving you
what you're
the opposition, and I have to go outside my own opinion and say, I'm not. You cannot dictate to what people do based on what's good for you.
You can't, but people will sit there and say we have all these problems. We don't know what the solution is, but we're not using our fucking brains. That's my point.
You are actually when you're on a computer, bro.
Not really.
If you understand how the brain works, you're using your brain. You're using your brain probably more when you're on a computer playing a video game, because your brain, I'm not saying you're using it in the best way, but you're using it.
Okay, but have you ever seen for instance, I've caught my kids doing this, and this is where I had to be like, whoa, buddy, how long have you been on your fucking phone today?
What you're saying can be proven when you watch me write a check. I used to be able to write paragraphs. So I get in trouble in school. I had to write 1,000 sentences. I could bang them right out. Now when I go to write a check, my hand cramps up and I forget how to write letters because I do text all the time. Because I'm not using that skill.
Exactly. In your handwriting.
I don't care. I think it's dumb that I even have to write a check.
But
why can't I just say, Siri, give Brennan a check?
It's still motor skills, and it's still your brain developing in ways that it needs to develop, which it's developed in thousands of years in the same way.
Yeah.
Now we're throwing this shit in the mix. I've literally seen my kids.
So we should restrict technology.
Not restrict it.
Okay, what are you talking about then?
But we need to look into ourselves as people and be honest.
You need to look into yourself and be honest.
I
looked into myself the other day. I feel good about it.
All right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But we're out here doing this podcast to reach people, right?
Yeah.
We have these problems that keep happening. We have people stuck in fucking narcissistic ways. We have people worse than ever, man. I'm telling you.
What's the reason? You're attributing the reason, and anybody listening, I think would agree with me based on what you're saying. Yeah. You're attributing this problem that we need to fix in society with information flow and lack of using motor skills, basic human motor skills.
And using human emotions.
I don't agree.
Okay, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? I think that we do have a fucking problem.
Right.
But I don't think that is the reason, and that if we all of a sudden reverted back to that magical time in your life to where it was all great, that you want to go to 4 hours a day, if we all did that instantaneously, I don't think that would fix it. Okay. I think, and I could be wrong here, I think it's media. I think it's the media.
A lot of media. Yeah.
It's the media.
It is.
You know, right now, the only thing that anybody can talk about is a school shooting or Donald Trump getting arrested. Okay, let's not don't take my words out of context here. Kids getting shot in a school is a big deal. There's an easy solution to that if you want to put armed guards. The money's there. Yeah. Put a fucking entire squad at the fucking school. But
then we become like any
I don't care.
shithole
that
we're against.
You're right. No more.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So I don't care. I don't want to debate that. I'm just saying
that's a good point.
That's
though.
an easy
that's a
thing
great
to
point.
do.
Yeah.
My point is, today there was a school shooting, 6 dead, 3 children, blah, 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 was killed at the scene. Yeah. In other news, crops are fucking growing. Don't give it the media hype, because now the school shooting has turned into demonstrators like Tennessee just fucking voted. I'm talking about Tennessee law, okay? Yeah. First of all, I don't live in Tennessee. So what the state legislature of Tennessee is doing, I don't give a fuck. But people in fucking Circle K in Fayetteville are having a conversation about the fact that the Democrat fucking anti-gun people were protesting and chanting, and then the Republicans passed a law that said they can't do that, and that they were going to try to kick out this. I got all of that in 5 minutes in a conversation with somebody, and the whole time when I'm walking out of the fucking gas station, I'm thinking, I don't give a fuck. about what's going on in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So that's how you handle it. You give them the fucking news. You let those local people fucking handle it. And I think that's a big problem in America is our government is good at one thing. Its own survival. Mm-hmm. That's their whole job, is to preserve their government, okay? And in order to do that, they push a national ID. A national ideal or identity, okay? That means a person in North Carolina is the same. Would be like the same identity as somebody in California, and I'm talking about like Bakersfield, not like in the cities. Right. That's a whole nother world over there. Mm-hmm. That's a whole different culture. Yeah, we're all Americans and we all share the same capital, freedom and all that stuff. But when it comes to fucking how to cook grits or how to make cornbread or what is corn, you know what I'm saying? Or, should guns be allowed in churches? Or, man, that should all be done at your local level. I don't give a fuck. And the problem is they feed us this shit. They feed us these Republicans versus the Democrats in Tennessee to get you to support your team, or to me to say, oh yeah, my team is the Democrat. I think, and it keeps us divided. Yeah. What's going to be next? What's the next story after that? Donald Trump's getting arrested. Man, who gives a fuck? Okay, give us the news. We all know. Yeah. We all know. I'm not going to change your mind if you don't like that. There are people out there that believe this is the end of Trump. Mm-hmm. They believe it. They feel good about themselves. Okay? If the media didn't stroke that, they wouldn't give a fuck.
But that's the thing too.
There's people that are mad, like, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we got to, it's time for fucking good men to do evil things. They've done pushed us too far. Like, shut the fuck up. You ain't going to do shit
exactly.
until that media box tells you to.
Right.
Okay?
There it is.
As soon as that fucking media box comes out and says, it's on, motherfuckers, somebody gets out there and says, whether on the right or the left. Now, the left, they're going to be like, yeah, that was a good idea, but, I don't really want to fight these motherfuckers. Yeah. But you get the media out there and you fucking rubber stamp or golden seal of fucking its own, they're the enemy, and you're going to have a lot of dead people in the streets. It's the fucking media. That's it.
Yeah.
So what can we do about that? We can turn that shit off, but nobody will.
Right.
It's the same thing. I think it was you that brought up at one time about everybody just not buying gas for one day.
Yeah.
Bro, that would collapse the fucking oil industry.
Yeah.
2 days, they'd go under. They would figure it out. They're not stupid. I mean, they're in power for a reason, but that would hurt them. Mm-hmm. Okay?
I think I said don't shop at Walmart.
Yeah,
that's
or
what
something.
It was. Put Walmart under.
That would hurt them.
That's another thing, too. Like,
but no one will do it.
No one will fucking do it. But
where do you get your news from?
I don't.
I mean, you know what's going on in the world.
Seriously, man.
But I don't watch. Yeah. I don't know all the ins and outs of the fucking the what's going on in Tennessee. I didn't know what was going on really with the Donald Trump thing because I don't watch Fox News.
I can't. No, you know why? You know why I tuned the fuck. Here's what I really had a fuck moment. How are we doing for time, by the way?
We're at an hour.
Okay. So
you want to take a break or something?
Real quick, I just want to put this out there. Like, my real, this is it with the news. I've had it. I'm not going to fucking believe the news. I think I told you about this. The balloon, right? Mm-hmm. I'll never forget when the balloon was shot down. And literally it fucking said, oh, this is China's balloon. They've claimed responsibility for it. I went to some other news page and it said, racist MAGA supporters are calling it a Chinese balloon.
Media.
I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, this is
what
real.
gets me about that is here's the thing, and I can't prove this because it hasn't been done and it's too late to do it now, but had you stopped 10 Americans before that was even an issue, before that even hit the news, 5 of them were Republican, 5 of them were Democrats, 5 of them watched Fox News, 5 of them watched CNN and MSNBC, and you said, hey, look, right now there is a Chinese spy balloon. We don't know if it's a spy balloon. We don't know if it's got a weapon, but it is floating towards us, or it's above Montana. Right now, what should we do? All 10 of them motherfuckers would say, shoot that motherfucker down.
Yeah.
They would say, fuck it. We don't know what it is. Shoot it down.
Yep.
Okay? Now, same scenario. Wait 2 hours for it to hit the fucking news, and then go back and ask those 10 people what they think should be done, and they're going to be split on their party line, what news they watch.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I wish that I could fucking I wish I could prove this, because it would be so, if you could hack into the mainframe and put out the world headlines and you could just reverse everything, you would literally have fucking Republicans tomorrow being like, well, no, fuck, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, if a man looks like a woman and he pees sitting down, he should be able to go play football. That's all I'm gonna say. Tomorrow. And Republicans right now are saying, oh no, that wouldn't happen. Fool, 20 years ago, you were fucking supporting banning homosexuality completely.
Yeah.
Now Republicans don't give a fuck about who's gay. They don't care, do they?
Evolution.
I haven't heard one Republican, even the people that I know. When I say Republican, I don't really mean the politicians, but I mean like the people that I know that are Republicans. I don't know one that would be like, no, it's fucking homos need to stay in the closet. And no, they don't care anymore. They've been beat down because media. Because fucking Donald Trump had a gay speaker at the RNC and they fucking love Donald Trump. Whatever Donald Trump, he became the party, which if you know anything about the politics of the Republicans, now there's still Republicans out there like Mitch McConnell and his gang.
Fucking Mitch McConnell.
In the fucking shadows.
Fucking Mitch.
But the average Republican, they don't even know shit about Mitch McConnell. They just know he's a Republican.
Exactly.
So what are we doing? We breaking?
Let's take a break.
All right. I'm going to tell you what we're talking about since you can't figure it out.
Oh, is my mic on? Okay. We're good.
Hey, Bren, what's up? What's going on? What's on your mind?
No. Civil War stuff.
Okay, let's hear about it.
All right. So
we couldn't. Anyway.
No,
give
just
them context.
Military side of things. What I told you earlier, it's kind of a bummer. Yeah, the guy was. I think we should talk about this guy though. You know more about. You can probably tell more about him than me. But Billy Waugh passed away.
Oh shit!
Let's tell the internet community about who Billy Waugh was and what a bad mother. Like you want to talk about John Wick in real life?
I don't know if he was that badass. I want to say my dad knows him personally.
Dude was 80
I've
years
never
old
met
hunting Taliban, man.
Yeah.
Like, but anyhow,
Billy Waugh was I don't know too much about him. I know he was a CIA. I don't know if he was an operative or if he was a
Green
contractor.
Beret during Vietnam.
Yeah. But his CIA time, I think he was a green badge contractor. I don't know if he was an actual part of their.
I just remember I learned about
clandestine.
him. How I learned about him was there was a painting and it was like an old guy in, it was kind of a cool painting because you know me, I love history and it was done by a renowned Civil War artist, modern artist but he usually specializes in like Rev War, Civil War stuff. So I was like, that's kind of cool. But he did a painting and it was Billy Waugh and he had a beard and he was an old guy with an M4 and he's all kitted out and it said like, be weary of, someone posted it. It said, be weary of an old men in a profession where young men die.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking cool. And I didn't know who it was and I sent it to my buddy. I was like, this is kind of cool. He's like, Billy motherfucking Waugh.
Yeah, he's a character. He's a pretty, from what I could gather about him, he's a pretty eccentric guy. He refers to himself in the third person. He refers to himself as Billy Waugh.
Billy Waugh.
Or he did.
Yeah.
I know he was a badass dude.
Was he here at Bragg? I mean, locally or?
I don't know. I'm sure he was if he was in Special Forces at one time. This was, this is where Special Forces was at. And he goes back to like the beginning.
I'm sorry.
I believe.
Fort Liberty.
Is it Fort or Camp? Fort
Liberty. Yeah. That's whatever.
God, see, you say that, and now we got to talk about that.
Well,
because that's a big fucking topic. I don't like the fact that they're renaming Fort Bragg anything because I grew up here, and to me, to Buddy Feeney, it's Fort Bragg. It's sentimental to me. I spent a lot of time there. It had its allure. I had fun there. It's the home of like cool things that I thought were cool growing up, and I thought it was kind of cool to tell people. Like I don't hardly ever tell people that I'm from Fayetteville when I'm out of state. They ask me where I'm from. I'll say Fayetteville, but then I'll say Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg. Everybody knows.
I'm from Fort Bragg. That's where I was born. Yeah.
Now, Bragg as a military leader he was a shitbag.
But
like I don't.
Braxton Bragg
was a piece of shit,
to me was just a fucking Democrat. So yeah, what I don't like is the word liberty. I don't like the word freedom, liberty, and after 9/11, they were like, France doesn't want to join the war, so let's not call them French fries. Let's call them freedom fries, America.
The word freedom, I hated that too after 9/11. It's like, it's kind of like the word racism now.
Yeah.
Like it can be thrown in, and
it's propaganda.
It's used so much that it's lost what it...
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Like the word liberty, the word freedom, the word this, everything.
I think they should have, that there was a couple names up on the plate. There was, I think, Shootguard Gordon.
Yeah, why didn't they call it that?
Because basically 82nd Division and JSOC couldn't come to
Yeah, but I believe that there was somebody they proposed that was actually in the... Because a lot of the SF guys were in 82nd before they were SF, or vice versa. They left SF and they went... So they had a guy that was actually 82nd and SF, and I think I can't remember who it was.
It should have been named, I believe. Do you think, in your opinion, put all of your bias aside, I know your father, the history with your father being, Delta, but when you think of Fort Bragg, do you think more of the 82nd Airborne or do you think more of Special Forces?
I think both.
Okay.
I just do. I think more Red Beret.
Yeah, so do I.
Even
Even though, I've
maroon.
learned that, I didn't know. A lot of my friends went that pathway in their military career. A lot of my good friends that were, lower enlisted together. Pretty much everybody I know that stayed in is on that side of the Army now, or was on that side of the Army. But I didn't realize how, Special Forces heavy Fort Bragg was until I lived near here. But I've always in my head, whenever I hear, it's like when you hear Campbell, 101st.
101st. Yeah.
Fort Benning, Ranger Battalion. Even though Fort Benning was home to 3rd ID for many years.
I still think 3rd ID.
Or just
I don't know why.
3rd ID.
Like sometimes, who's at Benning? 3rd, right?
Well, they were. Now, not anymore. 3rd Brigade, Sledgehammer Brigade was at Benning. 375th.
Who's at? Is there still a Ranger? The Ranger
Oh, yeah.
at
375th.
At Stewart.
Stewart is.
That's where it started.
3rd Infantry Division, 1st and 2nd Brigade. I believe there's 3rd Brigade is now at Stewart as well.
Okay, I know that 2nd Battalion, 75th is in Washington.
Fort Lewis. 1st Battalion is at Hunter Army Airfield.
Hunter,
yeah,
okay.
Hunter.
And where the hell is that?
Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah. Savannah, I believe.
Yeah, Savannah.
Yeah.
So that's okay. So when I think of Ranger Battalion, I think Savannah because when my father, and this before I was born,
in the training,
when he was in Ranger Battalion, he was
Ranger
at
schools
Savannah.
in Georgia as well.
Yeah.
Benning and Dahlonega.
Yeah,
and
Dahlonega.
Dahlonega.
Well, I think only the mountain phases in Dahlonega, right. And then there's the swamp or the desert or the jungle phases in Florida, right? They go to Florida.
Yep, Florida.
So
there's only 2 kinds of rangers I've heard. There's either cold rangers or hot rangers. That's how they judge you when you went in the winter, but you still sucked ass, regardless.
Yeah, it sucked no matter what. But yeah, it all depends. I would rather be hot and miserable than cold and miserable. That's just me.
Right.
I know some people that, maybe they grow up. I got a friend of mine that migrated to Alaska from Iowa. Like, why the fuck would you grow up in Iowa and move to Alaska? Right. But he likes the fucking cold. It's just who he is.
So,
Josh Penny, shout out.
It's unfortunate about, a lot of people, I believe. It's kind of weird hearing. I just don't think that Fort Liberty, it just seems so generic and
it seems like
thoughtless.
A name to appease everybody.
But
to the people that are like, goddamn, the Braxton Bragg is goddamn Confederate and that's my heritage. And then the person that's like, well, he was a fucking I don't know his story.
Well, here's the thing about Braxton
What's
Bragg.
The problem? He was a Confederate?
But here's the thing about Bragg anyhow. He was his soldiers fucking hated him. Yeah. If you read about the Civil War, you read accounts from his soldiers. Braxton Bragg was an inept leader, okay? His soldiers he would have his soldiers executed for like minor, he wasn't going to just have you shot for for doing something stupid.
I got you.
Stealing.
He was an asshole.
But there was a regulation you could have a soldier executed, and he had no tolerance. He would not forgive. He would execute the soldier.
He was a piece of shit. Okay.
So there's accounts of soldiers in Bragg's army hearing random firing throughout the day, and they just knew that Bragg was having people executed.
Yeah.
And they didn't fucking like him. Period.
Is that why it's called Camp? It was called Camp Bragg when it first started. Is that why it's called? Because this is where he was this was his area.
Yeah, he was in a command of the Army of Tennessee, which was the Western Confederate Forces after Joseph Johnston. It was Bragg, then Hood, then Johnston that commanded the Army of Tennessee.
Who's Seymour Johnson?
I don't know. Seymour Johnson Army Base?
Well, there's an Air Force base called that.
What's weird is Fort Gordon, they didn't change the name of Fort Gordon. They just added they found a different Gordon, and they kept the name of Fort Gordon. They just added a different name.
So what was the push just to get rid of all Confederates?
Yeah.
Again, I don't like change so much all the time. I was like, why change it? Like, why? But when you put it to me like, well, why are they taking their names off? Well, they were Confederates. Well, Confederates to me were Democrats, so fuck them.
But the thing about it,
to change it to liberty, that's just so generic.
All of the guys who were, every one of those officers was an officer in the U.S. Army that fought in the Mexican War and other campaigns prior to the Civil War.
They're still Democrats.
Yeah, so
fuck them.
But it could have been. I think Shoot Guard Gordon would have been fucking awesome. That's like.
I think it would be awesome, but
to those who don't know who
how would
Shoot
you
Guard
say
and
that?
Gordon are, what's that?
How would you say that?
Fort Shoot Guard Gordon?
Fort Shoot Guard Gordon?
Fort Shoot Guard Gordon. It's For those of you
Don't-
who are
don't really
listening
roll
who
off
don't
the
know who Shugart and Gordon are, during Somalia, Black Hawk Down, they were two Delta Force operators who volunteered to go and secure one of the crash sites, and they were both killed. And they were, I think, the first Medal of Honor recipients in the Global War of Terror. No,
that wasn't the GWAT. Maybe
it's not
that
the
was
GWAT, but
93.
yeah, modern times. I think they were the first Medal of Honor recipients in modern times, weren't they?
I don't know. Did anybody get the Medal of Honor in Panama?
I don't think so. We'll have to look into that. That's a good.
Did anybody get one in Grenada?
No, I don't think so.
Because those are the only. Well, so you had Panama, you had Grenada.
Okay, how about this?
And then before that,
I believe they were the first Medal of Honor recipients since Vietnam.
Maybe.
Yeah,
that's possible.
And they were here, based out of Bragg and first Special Force or first Delta.
Crazy when you think about that. Think about that for a second. You're hovering around.
Yeah.
A downed helicopter. I don't know if they knew. I don't know if they knew that the pilot was alive or not. But he was banged up.
Yeah.
And he's gonna die.
Yeah. Oh,
okay?
And he's surrounded by thousands
Baddies.
of armed people
he's gonna die.
And there's no support, no fucking
And you are watching this, and if you go down there, the chances of everybody dying, him and yourself, but still going.
That's something I want to talk about. Yeah.
The mindset. And I ask people, I think I asked my dad, because I asked guys that were in Delta, would you do it? And I have talked to a few guys that were like, honestly, no. But then I asked my dad, and my dad's like, I would have fucking had the gun to the pilot's head. You get that the fact that they flew around and wasted all that fucking time to get permission. There's a lot of guys back in the day would be like, land this fucking aircraft. And so you want to get inside the mindset. I can't tell you. I've never been in that situation.
Here's another story, and this goes back to the American Civil War. So there's a unit. I'm going to try to sum this up as best I can. The facts may not be straight, but I'm going to give you another story like that. And that's we need to look at this. To me, that's being an American, okay? That's the heart of being an American, I think. I think that's what makes an American an American.
Does America own that, though?
We don't own it, but you know what? I think that's something that we can look at ourselves and honestly say that that's what we do as Americans.
Okay.
Right? Civil War, Battle of Gettysburg, July 1863, the largest battle of the Civil War.
I think we're
right?
mostly familiar with that. Yeah.
There was a unit. So, are you familiar with the 90-day units?
No.
Or I'm sorry, when the Civil War happened, there was the standing army was only like 12,000 guys. So gotcha. Lincoln calls for 90-day volunteers, but then he calls for 9-month volunteers. All right, as the war progresses. So there's a unit. I believe it's the 155th Pennsylvania or 153rd Pennsylvania. Once again, history nerds don't execute me.
Who was the commander of that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's just a unit in the Union Army. Check this out, man.
I thought you were going to talk about the guy that went around.
No. Listen to this. This is a cool story. Same principle. All right. So they're one of those units that, Gettysburg's in 1860. They were, I believe, a 9-month unit. Okay. So during the Gettysburg campaign, they were actually, and this is a time before communication. All right. This is a time of letters and courier orders. Okay. Mm-hmm. So these guys get taken up to they get taken to the Battle of Gettysburg. They arrive in Gettysburg. The battle is fully raging, okay? And this is one of the most major engagements of the war. The soldiers involved in this battle know how intense this battle is, and they know that this battle might decide the war because it's in the north. Mm-hmm. Every other battle's been fought in the south, okay? This is how serious this is. The entire there's 200,000 people engaged in this battle, okay? So these guys get to Gettysburg, and their regiment comes to a halt in the town. And basically, their colonel says, hey, guys, you guys don't have to be here. Your enlistment's up. All right? If you guys choose, you can fucking stack your arms, you can put your equipment here, and you can all go home.
And let me guess,
no one's going to say anything. All right?
Who went home?
No.
Nobody?
Didn't. But, they knew that every soldier was needed at that battle. That's how dire it was for the Union. All right? Mm-hmm. And these guys all, within, moments, they decided they were going to fucking stick it out. And they end up losing like a shit. I was
going to say how many
they suffered heavily.
Yeah.
But they knew that they were needed in the fight. They were done. They could have gone home.
And how would they have fucking lived with themselves or amongst their peers if they knew that they left the day before the battle and like 90% of the people got wiped out and you're alive because you were a pussy and you left?
I believe it's 153rd Pennsylvania.
Men carried themselves different, like even up to World War II.
But that's the same
guys that couldn't make it. You
That's
know,
the same mentality though that we see in Somalia with Shugart and Gordon.
yeah.
Like,
Here's the thing. Here's what I asked my old man, and I asked him, and he said, "Look, let me put it to you like this: Shugart and Gordon's mindset, and he can't speak for them. He's just thinking, they are so fucking trained and confident in their abilities. They're fucking warriors. Right. They don't think they're going to die.
That's true.
They think that they have a fucking snowball's chance or whatever. They are not snowball's chances when you have a weak chance. They have a very high probability that they're going to outgun and survive against their enemy because they're very, very fucking trained. Yeah. They didn't go in there like, let's go die. Because if it was told to them, you're going to die, they probably wouldn't have gone.
I believe it was, they were like, they had to affirm.
It's
shown in the movie.
No, the only thing that Boykin or that Garrison told them was, I can't send in support. Yeah. You go in there, you're on your own. Yep. So get that pilot, E&E, get the fuck out of there. Yeah. If you go, I'm not going to tell you no. You should not go. But I guess, Garrison was from what I heard, was like a stand-up guy, like a warrior. So he was like, okay, let's do this. Probably knew these guys didn't stand a very good chance. But what I'm saying, get inside the mindset, they did not think of it as they're going on a suicide mission to become martyrs. They figured that, hey, man, we can do this. We can run out of ammo, but we can stack ammo. We can pick up guns off dead bodies, and we can get the fuck out of there. And then once we're on the ground, their mindset might be, look, we got to go get these guys. The pilot's alive, and they're moving, okay? There's the mindset, okay? Same thing and I had another instance of that in my head. When my dad went into, when Delta went into, are you familiar with Eagle Claw? Mm-mm. Okay.
That might be if you explain.
When Iran took the American hostages we sent fucking our Delta Force and SOCOM basically to go rescue the hostages out of the embassy. You remember all that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, it didn't happen. It was a failed mission. Okay, it never got off the ground. It landed, the refuel, but then the helicopter crashed in, and boom, 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 boom. Okay, so they all had to evac. Yes. Okay. The plan going into that was to get the hostages, if they would have made it to the embassy, okay? Get to the embassy. They were going to blow a hole. I don't know. I'm just
tune our viewers into the situation real quick because we probably got people that are, they're 18 years old listening.
Well,
to this.
Iran took over the U.S. embassy and they were holding American citizens and diplomats hostage. Right. And
that was the first Delta Force mission, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was their first one that I know of. Of their first because it was early on. It was like 82, 81, 82. I was real young. Okay, real young. I can tell you what I can remember after that happened, but it's very brief, and I only remember because I was told it, and then it sparked my memory. But their plan was to get into the embassy, run over whoever they had, sneak in, kill, whatever, and they were going to get the hostages over to a soccer field or some kind of stadium. They were going to land the fucking shit hooks or whatever, the birds, the helicopters, and they were going to get the hostages out, and boom. The people left on the ground, they had no, what happened to my thing? They didn't have any plan to get out.
Oh, wow.
Their plan was, we'll hold up in the fucking embassy, and then by that time, the shit will hit the fucking world news, and fucking Carter will send in the 82nd, secure everything, and get us out.
Wow.
That's a hell of a fucking plan, because if Carter didn't do that, now you're fucked. Yep. Now you're, 20-something guys, but they carried a lot of ammo, but still, you've shot fucking rounds before. How fast does 30 rounds go through a fucking clip? Shit. And how many can you carry on your person? Yeah. What's the standard combat load? 210 rounds. 6 magazines. Okay. So even if you double that up, you're going to be not very mobile, especially in today's military where you're wearing all that fucking armor. Yeah. So you have to be mobile. Being mobile is more important, in my opinion, than being fucking protected.
Right. Because
my mindset, even doing security work in Baghdad, and even when I was in the Army, when I was telling you how I used to fucking put cardboard plates, I was not a fucking big, strong. I was a 140-pound skinny guy, but I would just look at being mobile. Anyway, I digress. Back to the point. The mindset was not, we're going to die. The mindset is, we are some fucking hard dick, dead-eye, motherfucking, badass, warriors.
Right.
These motherfucking raghead motherfuckers ain't got shit on us. For every 20 of their armed people, we only need one person.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they're going to be in there. You see the video.
Yeah.
They're a little bit better now since we trained them, but they were, and they were holding it over their head. Man, yo, I've been shot at with a fucking belt-fed gun, but the guy was holster. What do you call it? Hipping the gun? Hip firing the gun. Sorry, thank you. And he was like fucking 25 yards from me. I didn't even hear a zip zang. I heard some like ping pang, but because the bullets are going everywhere. So the mindset was, we're not going to die. We're just going to get holed up in here. And if we have to fucking E&E out this motherfucker, we're going to shoot, move, and communicate. Yeah. So the mindset's not we're going to die. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was told that he told me that at a young age. And as a kid, your dad says something, you're just like, okay. Now, I told you before, I was a pussy when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I'm talking like, I was a pussy, like I didn't learn to swim until late age. I wasn't the kid that was fucking running off my roof with a fucking umbrella trying to parachute. Yeah. I was the kid that was like, yeah, that's not a good idea. Yeah. You know, I wasn't the kid that launched off a skateboard ramp and did 3 twirls to the air because my brain associated that with, man, that's dangerous. Let me try it this way first. I would try to, you saw me surfing. Yeah. I didn't get out there and just bomb every wave. I was that's too big.
I was the kid that would fucking definitely launch off the ramp, would fucking be so goddamn flicted and clumsy that I would eat shit and fucking crack my head open.
Yeah. And most, I know a kid, he's a son of a Delta operator, I guess you want to call him, my dad's era. We grew up together. It doesn't matter. He's one of those people that no matter what he does, he just does it better. You know what I mean? He got on a skateboard and he could fucking skate. You know, I'm talking about 360 kickflip up the fucking quarter pipe to a fucking switch stance stall. And then, and we were kids. Yeah. And I was about 2 or 3 years older than him. So I'm supposed to be the older. I can't compete with that. Right. But this kid would also spend 6 hours in the driveway until he landed a 360 kickflip. Yeah. Not me. I would try it every now and then. I'd bust my shin. Yeah. He'd come in, but he would attack things with the mindset was, I'm not going to fall. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do what I know how to do, and I'm going to fucking land it. And if I keep doing this, I'm going to get it. He didn't never think about the broken ankle in between, and maybe it took 6 months because he had to heal up. As soon as that cast came off, he's been thinking about it the whole time.
Well, it's like, I just think it's uniquely an American mindset that, like your friend who was here said, we were talking about what if shit goes south and shit hits the fan, but will we build back?
He said,
because we're Americans. And that's what we do.
I historically in our short history, yes. I said, I'll tell you, you're optimistic. I am not optimistic anymore because where we are now, mindset, compassionately, empathetically, I just think that we are a nation. I look at America as if I am not an American and I'm looking in.
Right.
Now, when I grew up, America was the best country. Everybody wants to be us. USA. I moved to the Philippines. I'm 18 years old. I'm hanging out in the bar with fucking British guys that are in their 50s and their 40s and their 30s and Australians, Scottish guys. Like, this is the first time I'm really in a fucking multicultural, even though everybody's white, it's multicultural. It's and I would make comments about the United States, and I'm a kid. So I'm like acting like, oh, I'm this big badass. And they kind of like the Chihuahua that's barking at the pit bull. The pit bull's like, yeah, okay. They let me bark a little bit, but eventually you get into conversations. They're like, I don't know who told you that. I'm like, America's the best everything. British actors haven't really made it until they've made it in America. And they're like, yeah, maybe money-wise, but I don't want to go to America. Like, well, you think that, and that's where it was kind of like offensive to me. Mm-hmm. Now they're telling me this, that we don't all want, been to America, mate, been there. It's not that great. You know what I mean? And I'm getting offended because I've been taught that America, America, America. So at that point, from that point on, I started a new education, I guess, from being around, still thinking America's awesome. Yeah. I still live here, right? I came back, but now I'm looking at it as one of them, and I'm looking at it like, it's too far gone, man.
Well,
That's why I want to get the fuck out of here.
Like I said, culturally we suck ass, but we still have our warrior culture. Still is something that I think stands out in the world.
Well, they're doing their best to fucking stomp that out.
I know,
aren't
but
they?
they're not going to. Period.
I hope.
They're not going to.
I hope. And that's the thing. You're always going to have those guys. Okay, you're always going to have those guys. It's the action is the juice. It's not about the patriotism. It's not about the politics.
No.
Okay, you got guys that just want to be the best pro fucking football player. You got guys that want to be the best fucking, kickboxer, and they train. A guy who's fucking fighting professional UFC right now, he ain't training for fights anymore. He's training year round if he wants to be the best.
Right.
He's always dieting. He's always on point. He might take a little cheat couple of days, but then he's back on it because the minute he falls off that, he's going to lose to the guy that is doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just where the nature of MMA is right now. So you're going to always have that. You could have a lot more of it if you would honor it, if you would, what's the word, foster it. Like if you would really, and I think the military does based on how many they need. You know what I mean? If I think that if we really thought we needed 1 million Delta Force operators, there would be some type of, could you find that many of them? Maybe. You might have to find it in places that, maybe the person doesn't know. Yeah. You got to force them into it, But that mindset exists, like I was just talking about with the kid on the skateboard. Now, he went on to SF and did pretty good things. I think he was... I don't want to misspeak. All I know now is that motherfucker retired and he decided to start trick throwing fucking bean bags. What do you call that? Cornhole?
Cornhole.
And I'm like, okay.
He's a pro cornhole player?
That sounds gay as fuck. And I watched his TikTok. That shit's fucking crazy. Like,
he makes a TikTok. He makes a living off of cornhole.
I don't know how he makes a living. I haven't kept up with him on that. I just know
funny.
I won't say his last name, but I will say he's called the Washed Up Warrior on TikTok. Okay. So I won't use his real name. But he does these amazing shots, and I think some pro basketball player saw him that plays cornhole and was like, hey, I'm starting a team. We're going to play this tournament. He lives in Coronado, I think. But he took to that, and he's like the best at it.
Cornholing.
It doesn't matter.
California?
Yeah.
So he's cornholing in Coronado.
Yeah. I think he lives there. I'm not sure, but you could. I mean, he's public. He's public on the Washed Up Warrior on TikTok, and he does trick shots like not just, oh, I'm going to throw it across the pool. Like he literally puts the cornhole board on a fucking car, rides a skateboard, throws it over a fucking house. It hits the dumpster, slides off, and then hits the car as the car is passing. You know what I mean? It's like very well thought out shit. It's not just like, it's shit that makes me go, what? How the fuck did you even dream that up, let alone figure out how to pull it off? So that mindset started with him. Now his dad was in Delta, and so his dad was a badass. So maybe it's a little hereditary, but that mindset, you take a bunch of skateboarders, football players like Michael Jordan, I got 104 fucking temperature, or 101. I'm still going to fucking give it my all, and I'm going to win this fucking game. Mm-hmm. You take him out of basketball, you take Washed Up Warrior out of cornhole and everything else that he wants to do, and you put him in a military setting, I think you're going to find that mindset of, hey, look, there's 20 of us, 10 of us can go home, but we all got to go to this battle tomorrow. I think you're going to find 10 people say, fuck that, because I'm going with you. Yeah. I would want to go home so bad, and I would give a fuck about this war, but there's no fucking way I'm going home, and then you survive, and then you come home. I'm going to feel like the biggest pussy, and I
hope
I should.
Yeah, I hope that still.
If you come home,
I'm saying I hope we can still. I hope that still exists because
it exists. You just have to find it.
Yeah, I feel like more and more these days. This goes earlier in the cast. I just feel like everyone's just. Everyone in civilian world is just out for themselves.
Media.
Yeah, good point. It's true.
Media.
Yeah.
I bet you find
individualism.
I bet you could probably find that warrior fucking mindset in some fucking jerk off right now that's playing fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You
could.
If he's really good at it and he's making millions of dollars, because
not even just, I think
not that Call of Duty, his Call of Duty skills are gonna fucking translate to warrior skills. the mindset
No, the
to
mindset
be that
of
good at
being,
something.
you know,
if you could channel it, is what I'm saying.
being there for each other instead of just individualism. Like, for instance, remember Fukushima? The nuclear disaster in Japan.
Yeah. Fukushima. Yeah.
So
that was not
there
too
were
long ago.
accounts of when they needed to ask people to volunteer to clean up because obviously they were going to die of radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you can keep that.
What's that?
You can keep that. You can go. You can go to Fukushima and clean up. I ain't going.
Oh no, what I'm saying is,
me and my parents and shit.
the Japanese have always had a kindred spirit of fellow Japanese. Like they are a nation before they are an individual. And here's what happened. So when all that happened, there were stories of the older people volunteering and saying, "No, we're gonna go. We're already old.
Mm-hmm.
You are the future of our country. We will get sick and die.
Yep.
While you guys remain healthy, we'll go clean up."
Why do you think that is?
Because media. Yeah, that's true too.
What was their media? Now, when I say media, I don't mean Fox News, and I don't mean just this and that. What was their folklore?
The emperor, nation,
samurai,
Japan.
Yeah,
Japan
that's
over
what I'm saying.
Japan over everything.
Everything, yeah, but their mindset was don't get captured because that will fucking stain your honor and your family's honor. Kill yourself. That's why they had that fucking harikari sword.
Well, yeah, bonsai charge.
Yeah, the bonsai, that was like an attack. You're going to die for the cause. But
Bushido is what it's called.
Yeah, Bushido. Yeah. I will not get taken. I have honor. And if you insult my honor, I have to fight to the death. Because if you don't kill me, I got to kill myself. I have to restore my honor.
Well, how can we restore that in our country? That's my question.
Media. Whoever wants to dictate that narrative has got to get control. Now, that's the question. How do you get control? You're not going to get that type of control through voting. Your government's not going to get that type of control.
But can we be...
The government will never have that type of control.
I guess my point is in this podcast,
it's money.
Can we be a element of that?
Maybe.
That's what I'm trying to bring to
my goal in speaking, why people, I ask myself sometimes too, my opinion's my opinion. Mm-hmm. And my opinion changes. My dad accused me when I was younger of your mind changes with every book you read. And I was insulted. And I think he was trying to insult me because that's my family. We hate on each other. That's love in my family. But the more I thought about it and years gone on, I thought, how dumb of a statement to try to insult somebody. Because if your mind changes with every book you read, that means you're being educated. Because when I first started off in this chapter of life, I believed in a Santa Claus and an Easter Bunny. But then I grew up and I realized that's not real. Yeah. And then I thought that this, and then I thought that, and then at one time I thought I was the best looking, coolest cat in the fucking world. That might still be true. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? So I would have an opinion on, say, politics. I was 15, 16 years old. That changed. So I have essentially in my political mindset, I have gone from Rush Limbaugh, Republican conservative, to liberal, to I don't know where I'm at now. I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm radically centrist. But my point to that is, I don't remember what my point was. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying.
How do we instill?
Yeah. So how do we change? Why am I speaking the way I am? I don't care. I have my opinion. You have your opinion. You can think that everything I say is stupid. It's not going to make me go home and feel bad about myself. Right. I'm not going to go home and second guess my opinion based on your attacks. Now, if you civilly communicate with me and we have a conversation, you might change my opinion. Mm-hmm. You might say something that gives me a different perspective. Maybe I'm thinking of something that I'm staunch on, like, no, people that live on my side of the tracks are better than the people that live on your side of the tracks because the people from your side of the tracks are always stealing shit from us. Yeah. And but then I might have a conversation with you and then figure out that, hey, you guys don't like that, and now all of a sudden I'm not against your, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's race relations right there. That's a lot of things, not just race relations. It's people from different areas. It's rich people, poor people. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the biggest divide is money. It's not race, but so how do we change that? I don't know. I hope that by talking about it, and like I got a guy coming on, as soon as I can get him on, we got to re-record Pappas. Mm-hmm. Peter, and then I'm going to get Adrian Williams. He's committed, so I can say his name. He's a ex-Marine.
Okay.
He's a guy that I don't even know. I know him from Facebook. I don't know how he ended up on my Facebook page. I think through a mutual contact, black guy.
Yeah.
And we find ourselves for the last 3 or 4 years arguing, debating, taking stabs at each other based on social things.
Yeah.
Okay. But never in a fucking point where it's like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? It's always, he'll say something and I'll say something, he'll come back and he'll say it witty. And then sometimes I'll just say, haha, good one. You got me, or whatever. It's been like pretty gentleman-like. I don't know him that well. So I hit him up and I said, hey, look, I want you to come on. You're an ex-Marine. You're a veteran. We're about the same age. I'm a white guy in America. You're a black guy in America. We don't agree on anything as far as I can tell. Right. So I want you to come on here because now maybe we can have a conversation and he can be staunch against something that I'm for, and maybe I can plant a seed in his brain. Mm-hmm. Maybe he can do the same for me because I can say all I want about America from my perspective. My perspective is different than his.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? My perspective is, while probably real similar to yours, it's different. Our age, 5 years is not a big gap, but it is in the evolution of a human brain. That's a big fucking time. That's like you missed 1992 to 1997. Yeah. You were 5 years behind that. Yeah. So when I thought that Steve Urkel was for kids, you were one of those kids that was watching it in that age group. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know? So hopefully we can maybe learn to, not that people say, I don't want to sound cliche, we can learn to just all get along. My evolution as a human will be improved by having these conversations. And if we can help other people, get other people, like, look, we were disagreeing earlier tonight.
Yes.
We're still going to go fucking smoke one. If I smoked, which I'm thinking about getting back into doing on a regular basis.
Surf.
We're still going to go surf.
That's right.
I'm still going to call you every time something badass happens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're still going to be my butt. Even if you were like, I said I didn't think Trump was our guy the other night. If you were like, there were people that fell out on us on that shit. Like, oh, fuck that. Trump.
They'll be all right.
Even if you were like, nah, I love the guy, you know, then I would still, okay, I think you're an idiot, you know, even though I would vote for Trump. I'm not going to get down that thing. I just like to say that because I don't want these fucking anti-Trump crybabies thinking, oh, he's on our side, because fuck you too. But we're still going to be friends, and I can still be friends with people. Now, the one thing I can't do is I cannot be friends with somebody who is not sincere, which is why I was in a relationship with somebody that called themselves a Democrat and a woke liberal, but they were not sincere in it.
No.
They were bullshit. They were lying about it. They just thought it was hip and cool. They didn't really know anything.
Right.
And that's a person I don't like, because I may not be the smartest guy. I'm definitely the best looking, but I'm not the smartest guy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sincere. What you hear me saying, I actually believe. I'm not lying to you about it. I'm not pretending to be whatever it is that I'm portraying.
Right.
You know, because it's cool. I'm not thinking one thing, but everybody around me is Trump people. So I'm like, MAGA Trump.
Yeah.
To fit in, or vice versa. If I was a Trump guy and I was living around a bunch of fucking liberal Democrats, I'm still gonna be Trump guy. I don't give a fuck. Okay, unless it fucks with my money, I might keep it quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because my money I ain't gonna let it fuck with. At one time, I think I'm changing that. Yeah. So it's an evolution. So I want to have many more people like that, and I enjoy these conversations because, like I said, I fucking just listening to an actor actually. And we were talking about bashing the Hollywood people.
Yeah.
There's an actor named Woods. What's his name? Fuck. Do you ever see Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
The black guy that was the co-captain. He played that part. Did you ever watch The Wire?
I've seen parts of it.
You need to fucking.
Yeah,
you need to go.
I got into it, but I didn't get.
No, you need to go.
I started in the middle.
No, you need to go season 1 episode. You got HBO?
Okay. No, I can. I mean, I can access.
You need to get it.
Okay.
And you need to watch
The Wire.
That show from season 1 through 4. Is it
the guy that plays? Is it the guy that played the hitman? Remember what was Snoop? The female?
No, Snoop was the female. That's
her
season
partner
4.
That
no,
she does
that's
hits
Marlo.
with.
No, that's
Marlo.
Marlo.
Okay.
Stansfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know his real name, but he's Marlo. All the fucking Wire actors are their names on the show.
Yeah, I like the guy that passed away. What was his name?
How many of them? Omar. Michael
Omar was my favorite.
Michael T.
When I
Omar
saw
was
him.
my favorite character too. Omar's dead. Proposition Joe is dead, and Lieutenant Daniels, Cedric Daniels, just died last month.
Damn.
I don't know their real names.
So this guy who played Woods.
Yeah,
or
Woods
his name-
something. He's a good actor. I like him. I was just watching an interview, and he was talking, and what was I saying? Why am I losing my train of thought? He said something that changed my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he said something that literally changed my mind, the way I looked at, and I can't, and I don't know if I remembered what that was going into this thought, or if I was just going to say that. So you're going to have to like take it from here because my brain just went dead. Well, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sorry.
I think and as you said, the point of this, I hope we can get. I always say this. I always reiterate. I believe in repetition, and just in this current society where everyone is so one-sided on everything. There's only one way to look at things.
Yeah.
You either are or you aren't. I just hope people out there can realize that you don't have to go with the flow.
Why are people like that?
I don't know. Media. Yeah. There you go.
Think about it.
I know.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
before there was a Fox News. Now, I don't say Fox News because MSNBC and CNN, but CNN used to be a news channel somewhat.
Everything used to be, the History Channel used to be a History Channel.
Yeah.
MTV used to be a music channel.
Right. So before there was
all a
Fox
fucking
News,
psyop now.
there was an actual law
Yeah.
that news could not be opinionated. There was a law.
Yeah.
The guy,
Walter Cronkite.
the guy who
Cronkite.
started Fox News, Ayers, was it Roger Ayers? I think that's his name. The guy who started Fox News, in alliance with Dick Cheney, got that law changed when George Bush, the first time, the old man, was president, so they could start an opinion-based news.
Talked about in the first podcast.
Yeah. So once that happened, because before that time, it was impolite to talk about politics.
Yeah.
Unless you were with family.
Right.
It was I remember asking my grandfather about somebody that he was, I don't know. I asked him about some people in his town, and he just said, well, I don't know. I think I asked him if they were Jewish, because my family being from New York City, I'm familiar with Jewish names, Greenberg, Rolfstein. I know those are Jewish names. A lot of people down south, they don't have any experience with that. So I asked him if they were Jewish, and he was like, I don't know. And I said, well, how do you not know? You know them, right? I mean, there's like one church in this town. He was like, we don't never talk about religion. Yeah. And that's when he said, religion and politics, that's not something that we talk about ever. So this is like what some people would think of as Ku Klux Klan territory in North Carolina. You know what I mean? It's Autryville, North Carolina in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s.
Today.
And there were some people there with, to me, as a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kid, that thought I heard a Jewish name. So I just asked them, because the only Jewish people that I had ever come in contact with were in New York City, never here in North Carolina. So I just remember him saying that. And then, so that stuck with me. And then growing up, there was an old, don't ever talk about religion or politics because you're not going to win those arguments. Yeah. That all went away after opinion-based fucking media, because now people are hooked on the show. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, you didn't give a fuck what was going on in Tennessee fucking legislature. Now it's the hottest topic.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can make it about anything they want. So how do you just keep saying, how can we do this? How can we do this? Well, if me and you and people like us could get control over the media, then we could control the narrative, and the narrative would just be news. Hey, another news in Tennessee, there was a school shooting, a parent school shooting, blah, 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 a 16-year-old trans male, 26-year-old trans male shot up a school, killing 6 people, 3 children. And in West Virginia, there was a 3-car pileup, and blah, 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 blah. Move past it. Give us the news. Let us know what's going on. But don't dissect it. Who was this person? Why is the media not calling her by her name or his by his name? And why are they dead naming? I don't even know what that means. I heard it.
I hate all these fucking terms.
It's media. It's the show, because now we're talking about it. Meanwhile, there's other things going on in the fucking in the world that People are arguing, oh, why are we giving $100 billion to the Ukraine? Okay, there's a war going on. World War III might be building up. You know? Nobody wants to talk about that because they're too busy dissecting the goddamn state legislature or the fucking law that was... Did we talk about... Did we bring that up yet? Because I do want to say, like, to the Republicans out there that are still voting for Republicans. I remember how hard they fought to get that Supreme Court. And that was the big push. Fuck who's the president. Yeah. Because you can legislate from the bench in this country if you have the Supreme Court in your favor. And they finally did it. They finally got a conservative, Republican Supreme Court. Even though the Supreme Court's supposed to be nonpartisan, they're still appointed there by the president. And the president's got pressure on him from the party. And, of course, they didn't want Neil Gorsuch and all these people that Trump put up there. I think Trump got 3 in there. Tipped it in conservatives' favor. Big win for the Republican voter, right? Okay, well, they just ruled against West Virginia. West Virginia put out a law that if you could not play gendered sports unless you were born of that gender. Meaning you could not put on a dress and some lipstick and decide you were going to be female for basketball season, so you go show out on the basketball court as a female.
Yeah.
Okay? West Virginia made that a law. Now, I believe most people in this country, Democrat, Republican, would agree that that is anti-women's liberation. That's against women to let a man compete in their sport. Okay? It is. Because, like I said earlier, Serena Williams, best tennis player, female tennis player in the world, would whip my ass because I don't play tennis, but number 14 ranked man, whoever he is, would dust her. And she knows it. Yeah. Would dust her. Okay? Now, people are going to say, well, what about Billie Jean King and the Battle of the Sexes? Man, that was a long time ago. You know, that's back when tennis was played and trained for the tournaments. Now they do it all the time, like we were talking about with the MMA. Yeah. It's totally different ball field now. So your conservative court just struck down a win for your conservative beliefs and your agenda. No, I'm saying I'm talking to the Republicans that believe in their government. Yeah. They're out voting. They're arguing with people right now on why they're going to vote for fucking Republican governor nominee, or I'm going to support Roy Cooper, or I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, and Republican parties and the Democrats did this. They're actively dividing each other. They're distancing themselves from people, family members included, and they're going to the polls and they're putting their fucking faith in that vote and that person that they are electing, because that person's going to put people on Supreme Court when one comes vacant. And we're going to stop all this woke shit. Your fucking conservative court did not stop it. And they had all the power to do it. Yeah. So what else do I need? Do I need to show you fucking video? Or do I need to hold your eyes open like that Bird Box movie, whatever it was called?
Oh, no, that's Clockwork Orange.
No, there was that movie with Sandra Bullock where they're holding their... Because if you looked at the Bird Box. It's called Bird Box.
No,
just go with me on it. If you look at it, you
Clockwork
fucking
Orange
die.
is where they're forcing the guy... Oh,
I know what Clockwork Orange is, but I'm talking about the Sandra Bullock movie called Bird Box.
Bird Box.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Fucking Clockwork Orange. What are we, fucking 75 over here? Anyway, do I need to fucking bring you and hold your eyes open and show you these people molesting and killing babies? Not that I'm saying that's what they're doing, but it's like you need to see that for yourself, or else you're not going to believe it. You have to witness this motherfucker. Well, that don't even work, because on a hot mic, they get caught on hot mics all the time talking about these stupid bastards out there.
Oh, yeah.
And people still... It's media.
It is media.
If the media held the government actually accountable down the middle, not what the Republicans today are trying to do this, Democrats score a big win in your favor. They're programming you. If the media... I think that this society is so far gone that it might only take 48 hours. Whereas society in the 80s, it would have took a couple years.
Yeah.
Now, I used to do this when I worked on an oil rig in Nigeria. I lived in Africa for 4 years, okay? When I worked on an oil rig for 30 days at a time, which is 200 miles offshore, and it's a big 700-foot by 200-foot boat. Yeah. Not a platform. You know, it's moving. It was pretty cool. And most of those guys are from the Gulf State region. So those guys are really, really, really Republican. Okay? And they, at one point, a lot of them wouldn't even talk to me because I was lying to them. And I was saying, yeah, man, I buy food stamps all the time. And I go, and that's why the government gives me a fucking food stamp card. And I go buy expensive cheese and crackers. Why don't you do it, man? Just, they don't even check. Yeah. I'm joking with them, but they were so gullible, they believed it. So finally I had to tell the guy, look, I was kidding, right? Oh man, you had me. We were thinking about throwing your ass overboard. And during the election, when Obama was running, I think his second time, I kept getting on the microphone throughout the whole boat, giving a play-by-play. But I was like voting for Obama. Mm-hmm. I did not vote for Obama, but this is who was he running? Who was running? The fucking Mormon with the magic underpants from Utah was running against. Anyway, so that was my mindset there. I was fucking with them. But I would work the night shift. So I would see what was going on in the world before they woke up. So when something new broke, I would write it down. Mm. With my fucking partner there, we'd be like, all right, we're going to ask them what they think about this as they come up the stairs. So they'd come up the stairs, get their coffee, 10 minutes before the morning brief, and then go to work. So I would grab these guys that I always talk to and say, hey, what do you think about that? They wouldn't have an opinion, none. They were like, well, I guess I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe this or maybe that. I don't know. I'm being very random here because it was just headlines. Yeah. And then go back after lunch and ask them motherfuckers what they think about it. It will be verbatim what Fox News says.
Yeah, that's
6 hours before they didn't have a fucking I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. Why do I care about that? 6 hours later, it's we gotta. Well, that's like the biggest fucking thing. Media. Yep. We just solved America's problem.
Media. Fuck the media. Shut down the media.
No, because if you shut down the media, then we're all going to be a bunch of fucking...
don't shut it down, but...
Yeah. You have to... We need to be... Our kids need to be idolizing the fucking kid who grew up in the fucking hood and is now about to secure the patent for fucking free energy. Yeah. We need to celebrate that. Okay, we should not allow anything that glorifies crime or violence, unnecessary violence. I think that we should glorify acts of valor.
Yes,
acts of valor in patriot type roles, because that could be subjective. What's an act of valor? Anybody fucking with the United States where we fucking kicking their ass, we should fucking celebrate that. We should celebrate waxing skis, because skiing can be a fucking great thing. How to properly wax, how to shape your own surfboard and glass it. Mm-hmm. That should be on public TV.
Yep. Gardening.
How to fucking
dress an animal.
How to collect rainwater. Yeah. And filter it. How to
Skinning and dressing an animal.
Yeah. If we did that, and the news media was like I just said, headline. Yep. That's it. Go back to that control. Now, that contradicts what I said earlier about less internet. No, it doesn't. Because I'm not saying turn off the internet and filter that. Content on television and our schools, okay? If you have a bunch of kids that are coming up watching Reading Rainbow, watching old Sesame Street where it was about respecting yes, ma'am, and hey, this is my friend, and maybe I got more money than him and my family does, and he's poor. He's still equal. You should treat the janitor. Yeah, we're about done here. You should treat the janitor the same way you treat the president of the company. When they get on the internet and they see all this other bullshit, they're going to resist it. Right. And that's what I'm going to end on. So
that's great. I love that. And that's a great point to end on, actually.
Yeah.
Because that just tied in everything we talked about earlier. But yeah, I agree. Tune out the fucking media and start paying attention to the shit that matters. That's the point of that. Yep. And pretty soon we'll have an effect where it's a waterfall effect.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Probably not. Like I said, that's optimistic. I'm pessimistic. I don't think that's ever going to happen because we can't afford to take over the media. And even if we took over with force, when I said, I think the government should be destroyed and all that, ask me what the plan is to run it after that. I don't fucking know. But Chris, I appreciate you sitting there. Yeah. Nice and fucking patient with us.
But no, that's a great ending point for tonight. Yeah, it really is.
I think it hit.
If you're out there listening, just think about that.
Yeah. I think I should be in control of everything, huh?
I think you're just
you want some Kool-Aid?
I think you're just a sociopath.
I'm not.
But in a good way.
No, I'm not.
I'm just messing with you.
Anyway,
man. No, but
Chris just popped in on. We're gonna end it, or are you gonna keep talking? I'm sorry.
No, I mean we're good.
I was gonna shout out Chris Mathis from the Hunt Club.
Yeah, Chris is here.
Came in from out of town
unexpectedly.
Who does that anymore? That's
he
a
came
fucking
in to
nice
check,
friend
he
thing.
he came in to be a good friend and check on me.
Yeah, but unannounced.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
Phone for like 4 days.
Yeah.
I don't think going through some shit. You gotta check up on your peeps.
No, that's a
that's the guy you were trying to avoid that kept fucking calling.
no, but that's real. Listen, people, that's real friendship, right?
Yeah. No, that's
it really
that's
is
good shit. And when he walked through the door, I said I know you from somewhere, but I've probably known him longer than I've known you. But this is the first time I've ever actually met him. Does that make sense?
So we're all
social media.
No, but seriously,
another reason why not to turn off social media.
Check on your buddies, man. That was an awesome thing he did because he showed up and immediately felt better when I saw Chris today.
Yeah,
because
that's got to make you feel good.
I've been going through shit.
Speaking of which, okay, kudos to y'all. I'm gonna switch it onto myself. I don't have one fucking friend that's ever done that for me.
Really?
And now I hate all your fucking guts.
See, I have my ride or die friends that do that.
No,
and Chris is one of them, man. But that's
you might be the only one. Randy did one time. That's because I didn't know he was watching my cigar podcast, and I said something to the effect of, "That's when when I was going through some shit." I said, "That's when I start surfing during that whole travel, that whole path." Yep. And I said, "You really find out who your friends are because fucking call, whatever." He texted me after he watched it and was like, "Hey man, you okay? Are you good?" And I'm watching TV and I'm like, "The fuck are you talking about? What the fuck?" And he's like, "Well, I watched it." I was like, "Fuck, you watch my goddamn." So word up, at least he supports.
Your real friends are the ones who will pop in.
You know what I think? Oh, let me say this before we end it. I can see who watches our shit.
Oh yeah?
I can see who watches it. I can also see who shares it. Why not help us out and give us a fucking share? Exactly. What's that going to stop?
Thank you.
You know how many times a day? Most of my posts nowadays are bottom right-hand corner, share. And every time I see one of my homies doing something, like when my buddy was on fucking going after John Rutter, was going after the Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah.
I'll fucking share that shit and be like, y'all need to fucking vote for this motherfucker and try to get him to run.
I need to do as well. I'm guilty. But, and it is our shit.
You better start. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you home with the equipment and let you edit this shit together because I got to make shorts. I got to put like 3 or 4. Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here.
No, real quick. Let's do our little. Okay,
yeah, so you do that.
Our little spiel. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Please, the only way to get this out there, I believe that Buddy believes as well. I believe that podcasts are the future of everything. It's the one thing you couldn't do back in the day was get on a fucking outlet like this. You couldn't get on a platform and reach millions of people. Mm-hmm. You now have the ability to do that. And there's a lot of bullshit out there, but there's also a lot of good things out there. And I believe this is one of them. We believe this is one of them. We're trying to bring this to the world. We're trying to make a difference. We really are. So please, it starts with you. If you can, like, share, subscribe. If you can fucking spend $10 on some bullshit on TikTok, if you can fucking go to the store and spend $10 on 3 Red Bulls, you can spend $10 getting a good message out there. So please, if you can support us, get on Patreon.
Our broke ass friends ain't gonna give a shit.
What's that?
Our broke ass friends.
I don't even want to ask our friends. If you listen to us, this is
Chris, you got $10, man? Come on, donate to the cause.
If you listen to us,
he's picking up his $8 Red Bull. Like, nah, I ain't got it.
Right. If you listen to us, you can. We would appreciate if you could support us.
Just share it, man.
Share it, and like I said, we have big things planned. We have special guests that we're getting on that will come on here and tell you some really interesting stories. So. This is Brendan. This is Buddy. Once again, you're tuning into How Copy Podcast, and that's a good copy.
Good copy, bro. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Man. Roger. I say again, line Lima, 38 Sierra Papa Victor, 324 429. How copy?
Solid copy. Do you have any remarks? Over.